At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right. We are live from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, here for the NFL Draft tonight. It's draft day, boys. Abdalla's with us. Raj Sharon is with us. We're all hanging out backstage from the NFL Draft. We will be with you for the next 2 days live from Pittsburgh, broadcasting behind the scenes from the NFL Draft, and it should be a great 2 days here in Pittsburgh. And tonight, I'm looking forward to the first round of the NFL Draft, and there's a lot of intrigue on what's going to happen at number 2 with the Jets. It seems like nobody knows what the Jets will do at 2.
This is one of my favorite days of the year in the NFL calendar because it's like obviously opening day of the NFL is great because you actually get a game. Free agency is awesome because everybody is wheeling, dealing, or whatever, the tampering period, whatever they want to call it. But today is awesome because when you wake up this morning, there's all these new rumors and there's all these new things that are happening. And you're right, we still don't know what's going to happen at number 2, whether it's going to be David Bailey, whether it's going to be Arvell Reese. And now we still don't know what's going to happen at number 3 because it still could be the Cardinals taking Jeremiyah Love. We're getting more reports now from even Albert Breer wrote today on SI.com that the Rams are still infatuated with Jeremiyah Love. They could be a team that wants to move all the way up to number 3. Kansas City likes Jeremiyah Love. They could move up all the way to number 3 and get Jeremiyah Love. So now there's all this love for Jeremiyah Love. I'm sorry.
You can take a lap.
I'm leaving Pittsburgh now. Goodbye. I'll see you guys later.
We're at Acrisure Stadium. You can take a full lap of the stadium.
I feel like we did on the way here.
In 20
we
minutes.
A few on the way here.
You're more than welcome to, Abdalla.
Well, I'm sorry. A lot of streets were closed, okay?
Wow. Coming out firing to start.
I'm not. Listen, it's awesome. I've never been to this stadium before. We walked out there. This is a great stadium.
Yeah, they have the football field set up for like a fan festival, a thing for kids.
Yeah.
The actual draft stage is on the outside of the stadium.
Yeah.
So fans can walk up in the parking lot up to Acrisure Stadium. And it's cool. I've never been to Pittsburgh. We spent we had a nice meal together last night, Abdalla. We had a hoagie, some cheese fries, and we're locked and loaded.
Wings.
2 observations to all you who are from Pittsburgh. Shout out to you. You got hills and you got bridges.
Yeah.
It's a cool-looking downtown area.
It is. It's awesome. And I'm sorry about your Penguins last night. The bar was sad. It was a sad bar.
It was a sad Sally bar.
There's nothing
right.
like as soon as the Penguins lose and Limp Bizkit coming on at the bar.
They were jamming some 90s tunes.
It was Limp Bizkit.
They were all about it.
It was what a Saliva was played.
Yes.
It was sad 90s or early 2000s bar was being played. It was like being transported back into the early 2000s right after the Penguins lost. And like they didn't go to another hockey game or to the NBA game. They wanted to wallow in the sorrows and had the full post-game show on.
It was Penn's post-game.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for them. They were so sad. But now hope renewed because we saw a bunch of Steelers fans are out. The Steelers jerseys everywhere. We saw on the way here, people are setting up to tailgate at 10 a.m.
Yeah, welcome to draft day.
To tailgate for the NFL draft. I love it. It's awesome.
We're passing under a bridge, and there are people in a lot underneath the bridge tailgating.
Yeah.
And it was like 10:30 a.m. local time.
I love it.
It's like, y'all know that the draft doesn't start till 8 p.m. tonight.
The draft doesn't start for
locked and loaded.
10 hours from now.
They're having a great time.
Nah, man.
All in Steelers jerseys.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting ready. And this morning, walking to get coffee, I saw Chargers fans. Mm-hmm. I saw Commanders fans. I saw a Bears jersey, Walter Payton 34.
Yep.
People are ready. I saw a Vikings guy in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend or wife, I don't know, had her fingernails all painted for the Vikings, and he had his jersey all ready to go. It's like people are really excited. I know that they're speculating that it will be over 100,000 people outside watching the first round of the draft here outside of Acrisure Stadium. So it should be a great time today.
There was a couple in front of me when I was getting coffee that had come in from Ireland.
Oh, really?
They were Eagles fans, so they got booed when they were asked by the person that was serving them coffee. The barista, they were booed by the people in the coffee place when they asked what team they were rooting for. But they were from Ireland, and then people were already lined up to get into the draft area. It's like going to a festival, and you want to be in line, like you want to be in that front row. You can't go pee.
Yeah, no, I know. There's adult diapers out today.
Yeah,
I think that's the case. I think people are trying to hold their spot like it's New Year's Eve in New York City in Times Square.
Exactly.
People are up against the railing. Or it's like a big concert like Coachella or a Lollapalooza in Chicago where you rush the stage and then you're there.
You want to be on the rail for Sabrina Carpenter? You got to sit through all the bands.
I mean, you've got 8 hours ahead of you. Adult diapers are out. You can tell.
You can't leave to go to the bathroom. You're not leaving for water, for food. You are sitting there and waiting for Roger Goodell to get out there at 8 o'clock tonight and announce that to boo him. And now that the draft has started. Because we know regardless, he's going to get booed.
It's the one thing we all enjoy. Let's boo Goodell.
People are going to come out there and say,
why not?
And then here's what in my elevator today, on the way down to meet everybody this morning, a bunch of Raiders fans. And I understand. The entire NFL world is here. But Raiders fans, you know what's happening. You've known for months.
No, you got to celebrate, though.
But you want to be months.
You want to be the one that's there. So then when Mendoza gets elected to the Hall of Fame, you can say you were at the draft when he was selected number 1 overall. That's why you go.
There's no intrigue. Like, you're going to be on the rail for Mendoza.
Wearing an adult diaper.
He's not here. You're going to be there to cheer the pick. And then this is like when someone accepts an Oscar on your behalf. No one's going to be there. They're going to do the selection, and Goodell's going to be like, on Mendoza's behalf, I'm going to put the hat on for him, and then he's going to walk out.
This isn't Marlon Brando accepting the Best Actor award. What are you talking about? They're going to go to a camera. He's going to be on Zoom.
Who's the actor now that boycotts? Who doesn't go now?
Who's the Anthony Hopkins didn't go when he won a couple of years ago.
Anthony Hopkins doesn't go, and Joaquin Phoenix doesn't go, right?
But that's because he's a weird cat.
Yeah,
as they would say.
And Sean Penn didn't go this year.
That's right.
Sean Penn didn't go this year, and the little Culkin had to accept on his behalf.
The what?
The little Culkin. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and maybe Will Smith will go out there and maybe he'll slap someone.
Joaquin was there when he won Best Actor. He did accept that because he gave a big speech about not liking that we milk cows. Do you remember?
Oh,
this
yeah,
speech?
that's right. That's weird.
Raj, the story with Joaquin was leading up to it. He always avoided. So when he was in previous award cycles, they would always say he was hurting his chances because he wouldn't participate in the machine. So yes, good call, Raj. That's absolutely it. So here's the setup, right? So today we will absolutely talk about the NFL draft. Watched some NBA playoffs last night. We've got a lot to get to throughout the show. Mike Vrabel, the storyline with Vrabel. Somehow this is getting worse for the Patriots and for Vrabel, and it's leading to a lot of questions like, is there something we're missing here? Is there something more going on? Like, what the hell is happening here? So we'll get to that as well. Today for the NFL draft. So we will be broadcasting live until 3 o'clock Eastern. As we do every day here on Westwood One Sports. We are backstage at the draft. So we are kind of looking out at the back of the stage where Goodell will announce the picks, where what you will see on TV, all the fans that are out there. So we will have the show until 3 Eastern, and then we are coming back to the stadium later on this evening for the first round. So we'll be back this evening. We'll be on with BetMGM tonight with Pat and Brad. We'll join the show later on this evening. We'll also join Josh, who will be on tonight on Westwood One Sports. So we'll be here backstage, and we will also talk with every player that's here in Pittsburgh for the first round. If they are selected in the first round, Abdalla and I will talk to those players as the night goes on. And you can find that content on the shows. So BetMGM tonight, or Josh will play it this evening and on the various affiliates around the country here on Westwood One Sports. And then also, if you check out our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show on YouTube, like and subscribe. We will have those interviews right there on our YouTube channel as well this evening. So we will be here backstage throughout the evening. We'll be on social media. We'll be hanging out. We will be talking to the players, and it should be a very busy but exciting and fun day here from the NFL draft, and it's really cool to be set up backstage. And like what they have backstage is they have various media obligations set up. So there's different radio partners next to us. The teams themselves will have spots right next to us. So when you see the player do the social media hits for the teams, so if whoever gets selected third overall to the Arizona Cardinals, that player will be sitting right next to us talking to the Cardinals media right on the other side of the wall that we're sitting at backstage. So it should be an exciting day. I'm looking forward to it. And I think when we look here at the first round, there's a lot happening, right? Like it could be teams trading up. It could be teams trying to trade back. It could be players who are expected and rumored to go number 2 or 3 who may fall. There is a player who's a running back, which there seems to be wild rumors about teams that want to jump up the board to grab Jeremiyah Love. So there's a lot of intrigue. And then also with the quarterbacks, we know Mendoza's going 1 to the Raiders. He's not here, so we won't talk to him today. But Ty Simpson is here. A lot of people expect him to go in the first round. Some places also are saying he's a second round guy. That it might be Friday when he is selected. And I think Ty Simpson and where the quarterbacks go and who goes after Simpson, I think is a major talking point as we sit here hours away from the draft tonight.
Yeah, Jeremy Fowler put out on Twitter a few hours ago, some teams are skeptical about Simpsons going in round 1, but that's not based on ability. It's that they feel Arizona might be able to sit tight at number 34 and not get jumped, but that's hardly a guarantee. A ton of teams have done homework on Simpson, from Miami to Cleveland to Pittsburgh to the New York Jets. So we've talked about the Jets, obviously. We've talked about Arizona, obviously. That's been the team that's been most rumored for Ty Simpson leading up to this point, leading up to draft day. We've talked about Pittsburgh being a team that I think would be best suited for him along with the Rams, because it would give him the opportunity to sit for a year or two. With the Rams, if Matthew Stafford signs an extension for another year and is there for 2 years, Ty Simpson would obviously get to sit for 2 years and learn and be, under Sean McVay, and that would give him, I think, the best opportunity, having only started for 1 year at Alabama. Now, you put Miami into the equation. He would also sit for a year, most likely, at Miami. With Cleveland, that brings in a whole different scenario.
Yeah.
Because we're already getting what we talked about the other day with Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. We're already getting the graphics of who won the day at the off-season training camp and at the voluntary training camps of, this guy hit this many practice shots, and this guy hit this many passes, and this guy hit this many throws, and this guy did this, and this guy did that, and this guy looked crisp, and this guy didn't look crisp, and this guy, and it's like, guys, it's April 22nd. Like, what are we doing? So if you add Ty Simpson into that mix, and Deshaun Watson wins the job and looks shaky, which he will, because he hasn't looked great in the last few years when he's been out there and he's gotten hurt. Shedeur Sanders, who didn't look good when he was out there last year, the calls for Ty Simpson to start are going to be out there for sure. And if you are going to be a team like Cleveland or Pittsburgh or the Jets or Miami, if you're going to jump Arizona and select him in the first round, from any analysts that we've talked to, if you select a quarterback in the first round, at some point he's going to have to start this year.
Yeah.
He's just going to have to, whether it's right away or whether it's week 5, week 10, week 15, whatever it is, you're going to have to see something from that quarterback in the regular season of this year, and I don't think that that's fair to Ty Simpson. I don't think that that's what is best for him, having only started 1 year for Alabama, because we know the track record with guys that have only started 1 year and have a certain amount of starts, and like the only guy that has had success is Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he had. Yeah, you're right. And I think you could also argue that what was that success? What did it look like? He's on his second team now.
True.
The Cardinals are picking third.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are also a team that have been rumored to want Ty Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they had a quarterback who did not have the amount of starts that you needed, they're back in that same spot. So, like, you and I believe in Kyler Murray, so we could say, like, hey, we think he's going to work with the Vikings. We think that he's going to be a good player, and we've seen in the NFL he can be a good player. He's put up stats, and he's won some football games. But, like, the big picture of it is the Cardinals botched it. They drafted a quarterback number 1 overall who didn't start a lot in college, and now they're back at the same spot trying to draft a quarterback, trying to get someone for the long haul for the team. So, yeah, it's definitely a concern with Ty Simpson. The starting 15 games in college last year, 28 touchdowns, the 5 interceptions. Abdalla's an Alabama fan, so you watched every game. You live and breathe with every interception or every play that wasn't made. Congratulations to you, by the way, Kalen DeBoer. New deal, new paper. What a day!
Roll Tide.
Draft day. Roll Tide. New paper for Nate Oates. New paper for Kalen DeBoer. How about this? Look at the Tide. This is pretty good. I love this.
Can I have like a minute?
This is good for you.
Can I have like a minute?
Yeah, it's a football day. You can talk a little college football. There's nothing wrong with that here on draft day.
By the way, his group text back after, just to set the stage, was not a fan of this.
No. Why in the hell did you give him new money?
Because you have to.
Why?
Because what if he leaves?
So? What has he done? So?
What if he leaves?
For who cares?
Well, they got to secure the bag for
What's
him.
he done? What has he done?
Ty Simpson might be a first-round quarterback. That's what he's done.
And
I've got a question for you, Alabama fan, Mr. Abdalla, Alabama fan. I'm looking on ESPN.com, best available draft picks for tonight.
Uh-huh.
I'm scrolling.
Uh-huh.
I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
Caden Proctor. Is that our only individual that's going to participate this evening besides the quarterback?
Caleb Downs was at Alabama, so
yeah, he transferred to Ohio State.
Can I claim him?
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
I claim Jalen Hurts.
Where are all the stud Alabama players that I'm used to seeing at the top of the draft board? I see a lot of Ohio State. I see a couple Miamis there.
How many USC guys are going?
We got a wide receiver, Mekhi Lemon.
Okay,
he's going to be good.
How many other guys?
Well, we hold on.
How many other guys?
Nope.
How many other guys?
Nope. We know USC sucks.
Okay, and I know Alabama sucks.
Lincoln Riley this week.
Your championship window's open.
That's what I'm going to say. He said after 5 years at USC that now the window is open for a championship.
Yeah. Here's my problem with this deal for Kalen DeBoer and Alabama. Here's my problem with this. My problem with this is my philosophy going into this season with Kalen DeBoer is that if he didn't make the playoff, he was out. This is a guy that doesn't have the Alabama identity that Saban had. His identity, and ask any Alabama fan or any college football analyst, this team is known for being a soft team. They just are.
Soft.
They're not a team that is a hard-nosed, run-it-down-your-throat,
easy,
the Alabama defensive team that is what you need. That's what Alabama is known for. And if you're going to change the identity, it hasn't changed yet. And this isn't a team that was supposed to take a step back and then build it back up. This is a guy that was supposed to come in and just continue, maybe have a down year, but then just continue to make the playoff and be in the Final Four and then continue to add championships or be in the national championship game, and he just hasn't done it. So now you can't fire him, because if you fire him after this year, it's going to cost you $67 million. So you just can't do it.
Well, they got that. They just put in a new golf facility for $100 million, didn't they?
Nope.
At Bama?
I mean, they did, but they don't have that kind of money. So there's no way. Like, this was I don't understand. He wasn't rumored for other jobs. No one else was fired, so it's not like he was going anywhere.
The coaching cycle has been long done. Dormant. Everyone has a coach.
Did he just walk into the office and he's like, well, Nate, did he want a sleepover too because Nate Oates is getting a sleepover? Like, what is going on? This is ridiculous.
All right. Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, broadcasting live from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. For the NFL Draft, we will have live coverage on Westwood One Sports all day long from the NFL Draft. And we can't wait to see who gets selected number 2 overall, because we know Mendoza is going number 1 to the Raiders here in the NFL Draft. Mike Vrabel will not participate in the Patriots' Day 3 of the draft, as he will seek counseling, as he tells ESPN. What is going on with this story? There's new information being released about Mike Vrabel and the Patriots and Dianna Russini, and we'll talk about that next.
Westwood One! The NFL Draft is upon us. We'll have live picks from the podium, instant reaction, exclusive player interviews, Bet MGM tonight with Pat Boyle and Brad Evans. Coverage starting at 6 Eastern tonight from your official home of the NFL, Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
NFL Draft in Pittsburgh. Westwood One presents Bleck and Abdalla.
That's right. We're live behind the scenes for the NFL Draft at Acrisure Stadium. We're in the stadium, hanging out, getting set for the NFL Draft tonight. It's draft day. It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. So there's a story from ESPN that's out. Mike Vrabel will not be with the Patriots on day 3 of the draft because he will seek counseling. So now, Abdalla, as we have talked about this story throughout the week, what was the main topic that we kind of pulled out of the conversation from the apology, not apology for Mike Vrabel meeting the media the other day? Was that, okay, it's a personal thing going on, but technically at this moment, it has not affected anything football related, right? Like, you know, it sucks for the parties involved of what's going on between Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini.
Yeah.
With that said, it has nothing to do with football. So, like, there is no punishment for a head coach who may or may not have extracurricular activities going on outside of his marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, he's still a football coach. He is, quote, a leader of men, so he needs to talk to the room, and he said that he did that when he talked to the media. We also had the story yesterday that the Boston Globe was reporting that the Patriots made it as difficult as possible on Tuesday for the media to be aware of the fact that Vrabel was going to speak to the media.
Yeah.
And the reason that's important behind the scenes is that if you know a head coach of a team will be speaking to the media, every TV truck will be there. All of the top-level reporters will be there, and everyone will be there prepared for that situation. NFL teams communicate. Everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
It was strange because the team communicated that 2 veteran players who were not the quarterback or the head coach were expected to speak, and then they surprised everyone, which, you could also say, hey, media, you need to be prepared, you need to be ready. But also there is a level, for those who don't know, there is a level of communication that NFL teams provide to assist the media in being prepared. So
Yes.
It was intentionally done that. The Boston Globe is pointing to the idea that it was intentionally done this way, so there were fewer media members there when Vrabel spoke to the media. So now you have news, and the reason I set it up that way is because you and I kept going to, has this affected anything football related? Well, now we have the story from Mike Reese, ESPN.com, saying that Vrabel will not participate in day 3 of the draft because he will be seeking counseling. Now it affects football stuff. It does. The head coach isn't going to be there for day 3 of the draft?
Okay. Okay. If you think that Mike Vrabel not being there for day 3 is going to matter, then I've got one of these bridges that we crossed to sell you.
There's a bunch of them here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you interested in buying one? Day 3 doesn't matter to the Patriots.
Yeah, it does.
For Vrabel to be there?
Why
no,
not?
It doesn't. This is basically like
He's
suspending.
the head coach.
This is the equivalent of suspending Johnny Manziel for a series. Okay, whatever. This is nothing. This is a slap.
You think
I gotta go to counseling.
You think this is a team sanctioned?
Yeah, this is
situation?
This is a slap on the wrist.
Don't be here for day 3?
This is nothing. This is nothing.
Oh, I don't think so at all.
This is nothing, dude. It's day 3.
So why wouldn't the team announce it as that instead of trying to hide it behind counseling?
Well, it's just because it makes him look better.
Does it?
Yes, it does. It makes him look. I'm taking myself away from the team. I'm taking myself away from a very important day. It makes him look better because it makes him look like he's taking himself away. Because if he did this after the draft, and if he did this in between the draft and off-season activities, people would just be like, oh, he did this, whatever. But now that he's taking himself away from football.
What is the whatever?
Whatever is the days in between
Okay.
off-season
It's not the same
OTAs.
as yada, yada, yada?
It is. Yeah, it's not.
It is?
It's not. It's my equivalent of yada, yada, yada.
Okay, all
Because
right.
trademarked, copywritten Seinfeld
Yes.
Incorporated.
Yeah, okay. All right. You left out the best part.
Exactly. I don't leave it out when I whatever. That's
Easy.
the whatever.
Easy there.
Is the days between
I only make the Seinfeld
draft
references.
and OTAs.
I only make them for our friend Nick Costos.
Exactly.
I only do the Seinfeld stuff for Nick because
he
he's
loves
great.
it.
And
And he
I love
loves
it.
it.
Exactly. And I hope he's listening, and I hope he heard that.
But by taking yourself away from day 3 of the draft, it makes this illusion
Okay.
of your taking yourself away from the football team. He's not missing any time on the field. He's not missing
Okay.
coaching his guys.
All
He's
right.
not missing any meetings.
Okay.
He's not missing anything like that.
Sure.
Is he missing a game week?
I think
Is he missing OTAs?
I think having your head
Is
coach
he missing voluntary workouts?
having your head coach have an opinion on players that are going to be selected late in the draft, who are going to be players that need to be coached up, I think is important.
How many?
You and I can
how many-
disagree. You're wrong, but having
not
a
wrong.
coach in the facility for selecting players that are going to be need coaching. Like what seventh rounder is stepping onto a team and is like, boom,
How many
finished product.
7th rounders already make the team? What percentage of 7th rounders make the team?
But that's how you win as an organization.
But my point is, we talked to Mike Mayock, and he said their board is already done. Their cloud, whatever, is already done. They select from a player group that's already done. And I would argue that the Patriots are one of the better organizations the last couple years at doing this. And with Vrabel there last year, they were very good at doing this. And so they've already got this set. And after day 1 and day 2, going into day 3, when the picks are flying, they already know who they're taking.
Okay.
And they've got a list of 25 or so guys that are going to be left over. And if one of the guys is not there, take the next guy. And if that guy's not there, take the next guy. They know what they're doing. This is nothing.
Okay, so this story that we're talking about, Mike Reese, ESPN, was released 12 hours ago. 10 hours ago, Greg Bedard tweets this. And he's quote tweeting the Reese story from ESPN. Mm-hmm. He writes, "This story is now a full-blown PR disaster by the Patriots. Why now after he just spoke to the team and the media? Why not do this privately? Is there something else coming?" Well, we now get to moments ago. Page 6 has now posted another story where there are photos of Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel at a bar 6 years ago kissing. So that story, is that the something else that was coming, and the reason that he is now going to seek counseling is because Page 6 gave a heads up to the Patriots, because the Patriots were trying to squash the original story by saying, hey, we got photos of him kissing her, the two of them, at a bar, hand on the knee. Mm-hmm. We got a hand on the knee. Mm-hmm. We got a interlocking of lips at the bar, hand on the elbow, right? And Raj, just want to make sure that we're letting our listeners know that in the previous photos in Arizona, we had hands interlocking. This has lips interlocking, hand on the knee.
I mean, in fairness, it's a blurry photo.
But it is them. It is clearly them. There are a lot of photos of the two of them, and they are clearly very close.
At one point,
face.
She looks like she's scolding him. Maybe she's scolding him for going.
No,
in for a
I
kiss,
think it's
though.
I think it's just fun banter. That looks like fun banter back and forth. Well, so here's the thing. So Page 6 just dropped this article moments ago. I'm not surprised by it. It's not. If you showed me the photos of what took place in Arizona, and you said this has been going on for 6 years allegedly, I'm not surprised by that. You don't set something up in Arizona just on a whim, right? Like I'm sure there's been planning behind the scenes to get to this point. So
this is a little interesting, guys. So apparently these photos were taken March 11th, 2020. 4 days later, he was the head coach of the Titans at the time. 4 days later, Dianna Russini reported that the Titans were not interested in Tom Brady and were working to get a deal done with Ryan Tannehill.
Sources. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Hey, yo.
As they would say.
How did they have time to tell that? Because they were having a glorious time. They were giving each other pecks, a bunch of pecks constantly.
Are you reading from the story? That's in the story?
There was nobody in there. Nobody knew who they were. I don't even think the bartenders did, the source said. They were giving each other pecks, a bunch of pecks constantly. That's what it says.
I know. The way you said that, I was like, I don't think Abdalla. This is original Abdalla content.
No.
I think he's reading the Page 6
They
story.
were having a glorious time. They were giving each other pecks, a bunch of pecks constantly.
All right. So, again, my thought on this is whatever's going on with the two of them and their spouses and the families, I honestly don't really care. It doesn't really affect my life one way or the other. But now you seem to not care that he's not participating in the end of the draft. I think that's a big deal. That now he's missing parts of the draft because of whatever's going on.
It doesn't matter. If you told me he was missing tomorrow, I would even say if he's missing tonight, it might not even matter that much because the Patriots, whatever. I would say tomorrow is a big day. It's rounds 2 and 3. Okay, sure. But day 4 or day 3, get out of here. Whatever. They have a list.
Whatever.
They know what they're doing.
Abdalla's go-to is just whatever.
Who have the New England Patriots ever drafted in the 6th round who helped their franchise?
He wasn't there.
Ever.
He wasn't there for that.
Who?
I understand
He wasn't drafted?
I understand that Tom Brady was there.
Okay, Brady, good.
I understand that.
Lock
but
it in.
They're not. But my
you think
point
Cody was
is,
in the building that day?
Yeah,
when they
right.
drafted,
Did he
Brady?
have nothing to do with it?
my point is that
What
this
is your point here?
that I highly doubt that Mike Vrabel cares. If he cared, he wouldn't be doing this. This is all a show. All this is a show. All this is otherwise. If he was being forthright about any of this, this would have been. They would have done the press conference the right way and told the media that he would have been made available. If he was going about this the right way, he would have taken time right away and maybe missed the draft. I don't know. If he would have taken doing this the right way, he would have come out and admitted it and met the media right away and not waited however many weeks to do it. This is all for show. This is all to cover his ass. That's what this is. And missing day 3 of the draft is nothing. The GM, the president, all the scouts, that's what they're for.
I think what's also kind of notable about this story is, like, if they would have, like, it's clearly a PR disaster, because if they were honest from the start, like, yeah, something's going on, it's private, we're handling it with our fans. It only leads Page 6 and others to continue doing what they're doing.
Absolutely. And that's why I think this is all what Vrabel is doing is all just a show, and the timing of it is just for show. He's not missing any OTAs. He's not missing any voluntary workouts. He's not missing any training camp. He's not missing any games. He's missing day 3 of the draft, when all of his scouts are going to be there, when all of his other guys are going to be there, and the GM is going to be there.
It's Bleck and Abdalla, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Who will be selected in the top 10 tonight of the NFL Draft? We will tell you those picks next.
Your team has a chance to change its trajectory overnight.
There's always a couple teams that no one expected that goes worst to first.
The NFL Draft is tonight. The teams you care about and the prospects they could pick. We have the latest news you need to know from your home of the NFL, Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
We're live from the NFL Draft backstage at Acrisure Stadium. Steelers home field. Stadium looks awesome. Did you see in the stadium, Abdalla, that like half the seats are missing? Aren't they? They're changing the seats from yellow to black, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And those seats are now gone at the moment in the stadium. They'll obviously be put back for the start of the football season.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always noticed it on TV.
Do you want to take one?
A yellow seat?
Yeah, you want to take one home?
No, I had the opportunity.
Carry it on.
I had the opportunity to do so back in the day at Soldier Field. I was at the playoff game. If you go way back, Bears, Eagles, 2001 was the last game in the original Soldier Field. And I'm not kidding. Raj, I'm telling you, this is a real story of Chicago sports history. The Eagles win the game. Donovan McNabb was amazing.
Chicago's own.
The Bears could not touch him. The Eagles won by I think it was like a 13-point score or like 11. It was a weird score that they won by. And the Bears offense couldn't do anything that day, per usual. But they had a end-around touchdown from a wide receiver. Ahmad Merritt, I think, was the name of the wide receiver, who was like a fourth-string wide receiver on the team. End-around touchdown. So, like, Bears fans thought they had hope, but we were essentially just living and breathing on the idea of maybe the defense could score a touchdown to stay with the Eagles.
Yeah.
So the game was playoff game, wild card round or divisional round, and the Bears had the plans for their new stadium set. So the following year, they were going to play at the University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana. And the moment the game ended, I am not kidding you, the game ends. There are players still on the field after the game, and construction crews pull through the tunnel, and they start ripping up seats and starting the construction while people were still in the stadium.
Yeah, man, that's efficiency.
So at the time, Soldier Field had different colored seats on each section. So there was orange, blue, yellow. The section I was in, yellow. I could have taken a Soldier Field seat if I wanted to that night, back in 2001.
And you did.
And Raj, I am not kidding. If you look it up in Chicago sports lore, the game ends and cranes and trucks start pulling in while players are still on the field, and they start ripping out the seats at the old Soldier Field. And then they landed a spaceship on it, and that's what we have today.
You were correct. It was Ahmad Merritt.
Yeah,
had
that's
the,
it. Number
touchdown. Shane Matthews, 8 for 17 on the day for 66 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Jim Miller
got hurt.
3 for 5, 23 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception on the day.
Jim Miller was the starting quarterback, and he got hurt halfway through the game. So there you go. All right, here we go. This is what we're going to do on the show. Top 10 picks, NFL draft tonight. How about we do a little game of Beat the Raj? Laura, play it.
Beat the Raj.
All right, guys, here's the setup. We are here for the next 2 days covering the NFL draft. We'll be on from noon to 3 Eastern today and tomorrow. Let's do this. We're each going to give our top 10 picks for the NFL draft tonight. You get a point for getting the correct team that selects at that position, and a point for the player selected at that position. Okay, so a total of 20 points can be earned in Beat the Raj for the NFL draft. Top 10 picks, 20 points, team and player, 1 through 10, and we'll compare Bleck, Abdalla, Raj, and we'll see if we can beat the Raj with our draft predictions for the top 10. What do you think?
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
I'm just disappointed that our time together working is going to end because I have the first round. I'm going to go to Polymarket right after this and never have to work again.
What about Abdalla Market?
Ooh, I could go to Abdalla Market because I mean I already know the top 10.
All right.
Picks. I mean it's basically spoilers.
How do you guys want to do it? Should we just rapid fire each of us going through and then comment on that person's list, or should we do 1 through 10 and go down the line?
I feel like we should have to do. I know I'm throwing a wrench in it right now.
No, get out of here with whatever you're saying.
I feel like we should
get bonus points.
I feel like no. I feel like we should have to do 2 through 11 because we're all gonna get 2. We're all getting 2 points.
No,
like
we
we're all
get
getting.
You get
we're all
points SAT for putting your name.
Yeah.
Like we're all getting 2
right.
points right off the bat
it's
because
fine.
the Raiders are taking Mendoza.
It's
like
okay.
we're all getting 2 points. Like
What's wrong with that?
everybody's Vegas Mendoza.
What's wrong with that? All right, here we go. We only have 4 minutes to do this.
Okay,
all right?
here we go. All right, go.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Pick number 1. I'm going to go Raiders, Fernando Mendoza.
Okay.
Lock it in. Number 2, I'm going to go Jets, David Bailey.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm going to go Cardinals, Arvell Reese. Number 4, I'm going to go Titans, Jeremiyah Love. Number 5, I'm going to go Giants, Caleb Downs. Number 6, give me the Cowboys, Sonny Styles. Number 7, I'm going to go Commanders, Jordan Tyson. Number 8, Saints, Carnell Tate. Number 9, Chiefs, Mekhi Lemon. Number 10, Giants, Francis Maui-Noah.
All right.
So those are my top 10
No trades.
picks.
No trades. No trades.
Well, Cowboys.
You had one, you had the
Oh,
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
All right, Abdalla,
Okay.
what do you have?
All right. Number 1, Mendoza Raiders. Number 2, Jets, David Bailey. Number 3, Cardinals, Arvell Reese. Number 4, Titans, Jeremiyah Love. Number 5, Giants, Jordan Tyson.
Okay, first difference there.
Number 6, Browns, Spencer Fano. Number 7, Commanders, Sonny Styles. Number 8, Saints, Carnell Tate. Number 9, Chiefs, Ruben Bain. And number 10, the Giants, Caleb Downs.
Okay, all right.
Boy, you guys just you made it as easy for me. Not enough trades.
All right, little
I went no trades because
Raj.
you guys I know had trades, so I had to go no trades.
Not enough trades. All right, here we go.
Yep.
First up, Vegas, Mendoza. Number 2, Jets, David Bailey. Number 3, the Los Angeles Rams. Trade up to number 3 for number 13, number 61, and a first-rounder next year to pick Jeremiyah Love.
He's got the
All right.
comps.
I love it.
At number 4, the New Orleans Saints
Oh,
move
okay.
up. They give up number 8,
All
number
right.
73, number 132 to go up to number 4 and take Arvell Reese. Number 5, Giants, Jordan Tyson. Number 6, another trade. The Dallas Cowboys go up. They give up 12, 92, and 112 to get up to 6 to pick Sonny
Use the
Styles.
Jimmy Johnson chart.
I did use the Jimmy Johnson chart. Number 7, Washington, Carnell Tate. Number 8, the Titans from the trade down take Caleb Downs. Number 9, Kansas City, Ruben Bain. And number 10 for the Giants, I had to include him because he was our Bleck and Abdalla pick. I go with Caden Proctor. There we go, guys.
All right.
Spoilers. There's the
love
top
that.
10,
There you
including
go.
the trades.
I love it. That's
Okay,
awesome.
so-
And I didn't have to do any nefarious sourcing to know that.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
by my count, you guys check my work on this. So the 3 of us have the first 2 picks the same.
Yes.
Abdalla and I have
the first 4.
the first 4 picks the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have Arvell Reese going 3 and Jeremiyah Love going 4.
Yes.
Raj, you and I both, not only do we have the same player, we have the same trade.
Wow.
So at 6, we both have Cowboys Sonny Styles.
Yes.
At 7, Abdalla and Raj have the same player. What, Caleb Downs, right, at 7? You guys have?
No, I have Tate. I have Carnell Tate.
Okay,
at
you guys
7.
have
7.
You guys have Carnell Tate at 7.
I have the
Both-
Commanders taking Sonny Styles at 7.
Oh, okay. You've okay. Got it. So I see. That's why I said check. My math.
I have the Saints taking Carnell Tate at 8.
At 8. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you guys don't have the
And
same.
then
there.
Abdalla and I both have Bain to the Chiefs at
Yeah.
9.
Got it. Yep.
Yep.
That makes sense. All right. And I have Makai Lemon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So we have a lot of different picks here. So
Yeah.
Laura, play it again. Beat the Raj. Let's go.
Beat the Raj.
See, and now we have something to look forward to for tomorrow because we'll see who can score the most points. We're all at the same. We all have 2 because we all know that the Raiders and Mendoza will be set up first overall of the NFL Draft. We are live from the draft with more previewing the NFL Draft right here on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
From the NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, Westwood One presents Bleck and Abdalla.
That's right. We are live from Acrisure Stadium in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, getting set for the NFL Draft right here on SiriusXM Channel 375. All of our great radio affiliates around the country. Got to give a shout out to Y108 HD3 in Pittsburgh, carrying the Bleck and Abdalla show each and every day. We salute you. Thank you for carrying the program and hanging out with us each day until 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports. And we're having a great time here in downtown Pittsburgh.
Listen to that crowd.
We got here last night, and we are set for the NFL Draft hours away from the draft tonight, 8 Eastern, and we can't wait. It should be a great day and a lot of talk about the NFL Draft. Unfortunately, at this moment, has nothing to do with the players or the draft itself, Abdalla, as I guess there's more information here on the Mike Vrabel situation with the Patriots.
We go to page 6.
Oh, jeez.
That's never a good sign.
You know what I feel,
when you're
honestly?
On page 6?
Here's what I feel like this is turning into. I feel as if we are observing this through the lens that my wife observes Summer House on Bravo.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the full story of what's going on with Amanda and West and what's taking place at Summer House, the whole thing, and the cheating on Kyle and whatever, and Sierra. And did you see that Sierra is going to be on Dancing with the Stars this season? Yeah. Well, no, not that one. The one from Summer House.
I don't care.
So I feel like that's what this is turning into.
I also feel like, remember that when this first came out, this Vrabel, Dianna Russini business, that the pictures were originally shopped at TMZ, and they were like, nah,
we're good on that.
We don't care.
We got bigger fish to fry.
We don't care about you sports.
I don't know if you
sports nerds.
Don't know if you losers don't realize, but we opened an office in D.C., and we're having more fun with that right now.
Yeah, we care way more about that kind of stuff than what you sports nerds care about. So, it's news to us, obviously, and now this is now affecting what the New England Patriots. So the news that just dropped, if you will, by page 6 of the New York Post, is that Dianna Russini and then married Mike Vrabel. Dianna Russini was not married at the time. She would get married 6 months later. Were caught kissing at a New York City bar.
You know how marriages go, Abdalla. Those just come out of nowhere.
Those just pop up.
So I'm sure she was.
Well, listen, I mean,
without knowing the situation,
listen,
I'm sure.
Raj and I know that sometimes those arranged things can just pop up.
Oh, really?
Sometimes those arranged marriages can just happen.
Did Raj just try and hide his face on camera when that came up?
I think he did.
As you can watch the show on YouTube,
I think he did.
live stream.
Raj just almost spit out his burger.
Bleck and Abdalla's show as Raj just tried to hide from that.
Raj just almost spit out his burger when I brought up arranged marriages.
Which has extra meaning if you throw it in the fact I was eating a hamburger.
A hamburger, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel were caught kissing at a New York City bar 6 years ago. And these pictures are just coming out. This happened in March of 2020. And you can see the pictures on page 6, and they're holding hands again. There's some thigh touching. There's some pecking, if you will.
There was a hand on a knee.
There's a hand on a knee.
On an elbow.
There looks like there's a hand on a nether. I mean, what do you call that? What do you call that? What do you call that?
That's a rumpus.
Well, that's not. I call that the thas region. It's not a thigh, and it's not.
It's the backside.
It's not the backside. That's the thas.
She looks to be leaning up in the seat.
Yeah.
There's a hand.
That's the area between the thigh and the butt.
That's a 5-yard encroachment penalty.
That's a thas.
That's what that is.
That's what I call
it's
it.
Crossing the line right there.
It's a 5-minute major.
That's not right.
As we're in Penguins country.
Sure. Sorry, Pens.
Sorry, Pens, for
we
your loss last night.
We were at Pens bar last night.
The crowd loved that.
The Flyers took a 3-0 lead.
And there was some, according to the article, they were having a glorious time. They were giving each other pecks, a bunch of pecks, constantly, a source added. Just love saying that.
What the hell?
And now,
what type of source?
This is according to page 6. And now,
give us what the latest is.
The latest is now. Mike Vrabel will no longer be in attendance for day 3 of the NFL draft, which is Saturday, for rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7.
The good rounds. That's what I like. What do you think? If I was at home on Saturday, I would be watching. I love watching.
But instead, what are you doing? What are you doing instead?
It's going to be a nice day out, so I think I'll be in the fresh air.
So you don't love ball?
There will be a different type of ball that I love that I will be participating in.
You don't love ball, though?
Yeah, I'll have the draft on in the golf cart.
Okay.
Let's say that. It'll be on in the background.
All right.
It'll be golf noise in the background.
And my philosophy is that it's a whole lot of nothing. This is like suspending a college football player for the first drive or first series of a game. It's a minor slap on the wrist because not that those rounds don't matter, but at that point your cloud of players is so set that you just pick whoever's left over at that point. And yes, there might be some discussions, but your scouts, your GM, your president of football operations, everybody has come to such a conclusion at this point, and you've run so many mock drafts at this point through your simulations and everything, that based on what's happened tonight, Thursday, and tomorrow, Friday, in rounds 2 and 3, you know who you're going to take. Round 4 is probably the most important, but then rounds 5, 6, and 7, they go so fast with 5 minutes in between each pick that you know who you're going to pick. Those picks are known. You know what you're doing. You've got a list of 50 or so players, and you're picking. I think this is BS. I think that this is just, oh, my God, he's missing a day of the draft.
I disagree. I disagree.
This is such a big – is he missing any days of OTAs? Is he missing any voluntary workouts?
You and I argued about this like half an hour ago. I don't want to do that again. But what's the latest information with Vrabel? Because there's more to this story that just kind of came out.
So this is what happens in the draft. For those of that aren't aware with the draft, that after a team makes a pick, when the draft night is over, just in case there's any trades or anything happens, at the end of the 32nd pick, so around midnight, 11:30 Eastern, the coach and the GM will meet the local media. And if
Yes, if.
the Patriots make their pick tonight
Okay.
at 31,
31.
Mike Vrabel, according to Mark Daniels of Mass Live,
Okay.
Is-
Shout out Mass Live.
is scheduled to speak to the media tonight if
Interesting.
the Patriots make their pick.
Huh.
Now, if they trade out and the Patriots make their picks on Friday in rounds 2 and 3,
Correct.
then Elliott Wolf would then meet the media, not the coach, Mike Vrabel. He's not scheduled to. It is just Elliott Wolf.
Huh.
And then on Saturday,
He's not
it
there.
would be Elliott Wolf and Ryan
Right.
Cowden, who's another
'Cause
personnel guy.
As ESPN is reporting, Vrabel will
Vrabel will not be
seek
there.
counseling.
So, I believe
Oh, conspiracy theory Abdalla.
tinfoil hat. Do you have that tinfoil over there, Raj? Could I make that into a hat, please? Now that you've used
From the
it for a
burger
burger
with the burger juices
can
on
I
it?
make this into a tinfoil hat
Come on,
here?
please do. I want to see
I don't
this.
want to use burger juice hat. Wear that as a hat. 31's for sale. If any NFL GMs are in the building right now and they can hear me, give Elliott Wolf and Mike Vrabel a call because they ain't making that pick tonight.
Oh, so you think
You think if I could
the
get
Patriots will trade out
on, if I
of
could
31
if I could get
to
on
avoid having Vrabel speak to the media tonight?
if I could get on Abdalla market right now and make that bet on my own prediction market that I'm trying to make the app using various AI chatbots and whatnot, I would bet good money that they're not making that pick so he doesn't have to meet the media. And if you want to trade up for Ty Simpson, that's your move. If you want to trade, and it might not even cost you that much to trade up for Ty Simpson at that point, because Mike Vrabel, he doesn't want to meet the media tonight. You think he wants to meet the media tonight after this comes out from Page 6 to have to answer about the glorious pecking that happened? Do you think he wants to answer about the glorious pecking?
You know what? You know what's funny about that? And I just like the way my mind is thinking about a peck.
About glorious pecking?
A peck is not a casual acquaintance type of thing.
No.
Right? Like if it's a casual acquaintance, it's more of a lustful approach, right?
You think?
But a peck is like a more familiar item.
Yeah.
Is that not the case? Like
I see
we're-
where that hand
we're
is.
all married. Like sometimes it's the peck. That's what you get, right? Like
Sometimes the peck is what
right?
starts.
Right?
That's what leads to more things. Look where that hand is.
Of course.
Look
yeah.
where that hand is.
Maybe. But do you see what I'm saying here? That like it's clearly a familiar setup.
Yeah.
From what it would appear, that is now being caught on camera, years apart.
Yeah.
With the two of them.
Yeah, 6 years ago. Now, I'm not trying to say what was going on in the world, but this was March of 2020. We know what was happening in the world.
What happened on March 20th of 2020?
They shouldn't be that close. That's not 6 feet.
Was it officially, or what,
No,
what
this
day
was-
was the
this
day
was the
that,
Day of Rudy Gobert.
This
touching
was the
mics.
Rudy Gobert date.
So we're like a couple days past
This was the
But-
This was the Gobert date where he was like, "I'm
Being-
touching the microphones."
being a jerk.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
This was
that
date.
wasn't the night that
No.
they shut down sports.
No,
right?
no. This was like 2
So-
days before.
Okay, so a couple days before, but
Yeah,
it did
yeah.
feel like we all thought something was a brewing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were having a glorious time.
Well, if you think the world's gonna end,
They were
what do you
giving
do?
you peck?
You want to spend those final hours
With the
someone-
ones you love.
Yeah, you would think, right? you would think that would be the case, right?
I love that Raj is here because we can see how uncomfortable this makes him in person.
Raj,
in person.
Raj, am I wrong that a peck is more of a casual item and not as a lustful evening with a new acquaintance?
There's a distinct difference if we're talking singularly or plural. Peck or pecks. Huge difference.
Look
Well-
at
One little peck.
Well, I
versus
don't want
multiple
to
pecks.
get down a road, but if you were going nose to nose and there's a bunch of pecks, then that's like a
Look at the angle.
that's a lovebird situation.
Look at the
right?
angle in which Vrabel is sitting. How the
He's
face,
so attentive.
The face to knee angle How close he's sitting in?
Well, yeah, he's encroaching in personal space there. But
Yeah,
I
he
think
is.
there's
This is some crazy sports analysis on this situation, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It is.
All right, yeah,
This
well,
is
I
why
mean,
we're here. This
but
is why we're here. We're
if
analyzing
we
prospects.
if we had the ability to have like a telestrator on this puppy,
Oh, I would be all over it.
Abdalla would be drawing lines, and he would be drawing angles here, and we're looking at the approach.
I mean,
but
what would
yes.
you rather hear? Would you rather hear about how Nick Saban says that Caden Proctor is great in the room, but once he leaves, you got to worry about him showing up overweight? Or would you rather hear how Mike Vrabel?
Did he really say that today?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he said that about Caden Proctor.
Is he still our Bleck and Abdalla draft pick now in light of that?
He said that about
God.
Caden Proctor.
That's
Which,
who we were gonna
he's definitely
draft.
going to get drafted in the first round and definitely come talk to us tonight.
We were going to put the Bleck and Abdalla AI slap hat on him.
That's
what it was
amazing.
gonna be.
So, all right. So is that the latest?
That's
Can
I mean, I don't know if it's the latest, but that's the that. This is what happens with the draft picks. Like, this is what happens in draft situations. Every team after the first round, the coach and the GM meet the media, and at the end of the second day on Friday night, sometimes the coach and the GM. It's always the GM. Sometimes it's the coach and the GM. And after the third day, it's usually just the GM. Sometimes the coach will be there, but it's usually just the GM and maybe another, like the assistant GM, right?
So you think that the Patriots will trade out of 31 to then save Vrabel having to speak to the media tonight?
if I was another GM,
Because
I'd be calling.
I think you could make a fair point. The Patriots could also just say Vrabel is not speaking to the media tonight, and Elliot Wolf could do that. He's going to be there. The GM's going to be there working. It's only one round tonight, so once you make the pick, there's only one other pick.
I mean, Elliot Wolf is going to get questions about this for sure.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the way that the Patriots have botched this PR situation,
Yeah.
they could easily just say Vrabel is no longer speaking to the media, because when they said he was going to speak to the media, that was before this new Page 6 story was released today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I hit your cable.
That's okay.
But do you see what I'm saying? So, like, if you follow the timeline, the Patriots could easily just say Vrabel is no longer speaking to the media during the draft process. They could do that.
If he's scheduled to speak tonight and they make a pick, you can't not speak.
Well, but here's my point, though. This was all put in place before the additional stories that were put out there from ESPN, from Mass Live.
Yeah.
All these stories have now come out. This is the number one story today.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, will Aaron Rodgers play for the Steelers? It's not, who's going second overall in the draft? It's not, will a second quarterback go in the first round?
Mm-hmm.
That the story today is this, whatever's happening, and if there's more that will come out at some point with this story with Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini. That's the story today.
If they make their pick, you have to meet this head on. You just have to. You have to.
Well, that's why he should have done it in the first place on Tuesday.
Otherwise, this isn't going to go away.
Of course, but that's the
next
point.
time he's scheduled to speak isn't until the end of May when they have their next OTA session.
Because you know there's going to be a story later today from probably Mike Florio at Pro Football Talk saying that the Patriots were trying to squash this second story from Page 6.
It's been 6 years.
And the Patriots essentially have dedicated, and I know that Mike Mayock told us yesterday that draft boards are set. It's ready to go. The start of the week, teams know who they want to take.
Yeah.
But the Patriots are spending all their time this week dealing with this instead of focusing on football stuff.
And if you want this to go away, if you make the pick tonight, just deal with it tonight. Because it's not going to go away. And you're going to have to deal with it if he meets the media again at the end of May when their next session is for OTAs. He's going to have to talk about it then.
You know what they should do? If that's all that's there, is that this has just been going on for 6 years. Clearly it wasn't a casual rendezvous in Sedona.
Girls trip.
Yeah. If that's the case, what they should do is Vrabel should meet the Patriots media.
Before the draft.
No. Like moments before the draft starts.
Yeah.
Like at 7:40 Eastern time, right before the draft starts. Get out of the way like, hey, yeah, it's been going on for a while. I'm going to seek help. We have family issues to deal with. That's the end of it. We're going to focus on the draft tonight. And then you're done. But because of the way they handled it on Tuesday, is going to lead to more questions.
Mm-hmm.
So he should meet it, and they should do it like as the first round starts. I know the NFL would probably be very upset about that, but what's a better distraction for that than meeting the media while the draft is taking place?
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to do it, because otherwise this is just going to continue to be a story. And unless you deal with it, and you could just go out and make a statement, take a couple questions. I don't know what the questions are going to be. Like, what are the questions? How long has this been going on? It's clearly been going on for a few years.
Well, like, I don't even know if that you need to say that. You could just say that it's a personal situation between our two families, and we're working on it. Like, he doesn't even have to, like, it's the fact that on Tuesday he said that he talked to the team but didn't say what he talked about or what, and he didn't admit to anything. And I think that is what has led to where we're at today on Thursday, draft day, getting set for the draft, and this is still a story. So what's going on here in Pittsburgh? So we are backstage here live at Acrisure Stadium in downtown Pittsburgh. It's where the Steelers play. And the way they have it set up is the stage tonight you will see on TV is next to the stadium facing out into the parking lot. So when you watch tonight, you'll see Goodell on the stage. You'll see 100,000 people in the crowd, and they are facing the stadium. So the stadium will be in the background. We are on the suite level of the stadium, inside, behind the stage, backstage.
Have you seen the line to get in?
Yeah, and it's cool. People have been, in downtown Pittsburgh, people have been tailgating since like 9 a.m. We came over here around 10 Eastern time, and there were people at the grills. They got beers in hands. People are having a day here in downtown Pittsburgh. There are fans from all over of the NFL here, every different city being represented. And people are celebrating, and on top of it, it is a beautiful day outside. It's like 79 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. It is a perfect day to just be out and to enjoy, and it should be a perfect night as well. We have the show. We'll be on the air until 3 Eastern today, and then we'll hand it off to Jim Rome. And then Abdalla and I are coming back to the backstage here at the draft for the first round. And so tonight on Westwood One Sports, while BetMGM tonight is on the air, so Pat and Brad will be hosting the show live. And then also Westwood One Sports Night will be on tonight. Abdalla and I will bring live coverage to that this evening. As you can hear that they're warming up the fans who are already here in their adult diapers waiting all day for Goodell to come out and to announce picks later on tonight. It's like Times Square on New Year's Eve out there.
Yeah.
People are lined up. They're ready to go. So we will be providing behind-the-scenes looks at what's going on here at the draft, and then we will talk to all 17 players who are here at the stadium for the first round if they're selected in the first round. And you can find that stuff on our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show, and then also Brad and Pat will play it on their show on Westwood One Sports, and then also Josh tonight will be playing the interviews as well. So we have got a busy day. We're having a great time here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's been great so far. It's I can't imagine a better day, like you said. The stadium is awesome. They've got a bunch of stuff set up on the field and outside the stadium. They've got the theater set up. You know, you and I broadcasting usually, right now we're in Pittsburgh, out of the city of Chicago. Chicago had the draft for 2 years, and it was great. Like, cities know how to put on, and the NFL does a great job of setting these cities up and like having a bunch of events take place around, and there's a bunch of stuff going on around Pittsburgh while the draft is getting ready to take place. So there's stuff like families come in, there's fun activities for the kids going on, like on the field of the stadium, and like getting to be on the same field, like where you get to watch like your favorite players play and all that kind of stuff. It's fun for kids, and there's all like these NFL experiences and like historical things and Hall of Fame stuff going on. So it's a great weekend. Like, it starts today, Thursday, but like you said, people are already tailgating. We saw some Steelers fans tailgating in their what I assume are their usual tailgating spots under bridges.
Yeah, we saw
for
it.
Games.
Yeah, they didn't look like first timers.
No. They looked like they were just getting ready for a game
the whole
during
thing
the fall.
Set up.
Yeah.
How many trades tonight will we have in the first 10 picks of the NFL draft? We'll do a little over-under with Raj coming up next.
The Cowboys have 2 first-round picks, and the entire draft is watching. Stay put or move up. Every Dallas decision reshapes the board. The NFL draft starts 8 Eastern. Tonight, from your home of the NFL, Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Live from the NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, Westwood One presents Bleck and Abdalla.
Usually we broadcast live from the city of Chicago, but we are in the great city of Pittsburgh for the NFL Draft, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern. It's now time for Over and Under with Raj, and usually we find Raj in parts unknown in Colorado, but he is here with us in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the NFL Draft. Hello, Raj.
Hello, Bleck. Hello, Abdalla. I escaped Sasquatches to hang out with you guys here in
thank
Pittsburgh.
you so much. That's
and
great.
now it's time for a draft and a little NBA playoff edition of Over Under. We're going to start off with you, Abdalla. Over Under 1.5 trades tonight involving picks in the top 10.
Well, I'm hoping for my Beat the Raj under because I picked no trades because I went against you guys because you guys had trades. So I'm going to say under. I think after all of this movement, maybe there's one. Maybe one involving the Cowboys moving up or someone moving up to 6 or maybe 7. I think it's just one. I think the Chiefs have made it known we don't get to pick in the top 10 very often, so we're going to stay put and pick in the top 10. I think the Giants like the fact that they have 2 picks in the top 10. I think 1 is a good number.
I'm going to stick with 1. I told you guys in our competition where we pick the top 10 picks of the NFL Draft, and we'll compare tomorrow to see who had the most. I have 1. I have 1 trade. I have the Cowboys moving up to 6 with Cleveland's spot. They're going to move back, so I'm going to go under, Raj. I'm going to stick with that. I don't want to contradict my prediction, and I think we get 1 trade tonight in the first 10 picks of the NFL Draft.
All right, guys, next up, a guy we've spent a lot of time talking about because of your advocacy for the running back position. Abdalla really came around on it yesterday. For definition purposes, over will mean a better than pick, and under will mean worse than. Over, under, pick 4.5 for Notre Dame running back Jeremiyah Love tonight. Bleck?
Over. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm going to go – he's going to get selected 4th.
4th.
So I'm going to go under the 4.5, right? Is that the way that you kind of map it out? So I think he goes 4th. Again, that's the way that I have it laid out. I've got Mendoza 1. I've got David Bailey 2. Arvell Reese 3. And unfortunately, based on my thoughts on the running back position, I wouldn't do it if I was Tennessee, but I think Tennessee takes Jeremiyah Love. I think there's too much smoke to not have a fire there, and I think everyone keeps pointing to the fact that Love at 4 makes the most sense. Boy, did you guys watch any draft conversation this morning on television? Did you guys see the painful moment on ESPN television where Schrager and Graziano had to try and explain to Orlovsky how you build a team and how running backs don't get paid and second contracts for running backs and the reasoning? Boy, was it. I mean, Schrager and Graziano were right. Teams, when you build, you're not looking for running back first.
Yes.
It's just not how you do it.
Yes.
Something wasn't clocking. It wasn't connecting there for our guy, Orlovsky.
He also doubled down on his Ty Simpson.
Yeah, no, I know. I saw that too. Yeah, painful.
I'm also going to go over. I hope, for chaos' sake,
love chaos.
It's like a Rams moving up to 3.
That would be fun.
Like I want to talk about that tomorrow.
I have that on Beat the Raj, so I'm clearly hoping for it.
Like I want to. Like I hope you get that because I want to talk about that tomorrow. I want to talk about the Rams going like all in for their ring this year and moving up from 13 to 3 and what it costs them and all that kind of stuff, and just saying, like, let's F these picks and, like, let's trade a bunch of stuff and go all the way up to 3. He's going to go over. He's going to go 3 or 4. So I'm going to say over.
All right, Abdalla, over or under 2.5 defensive players going in the top 5 tonight?
Under. I think it's just 2. Let's see, because I have in mine, I have Mendoza going 1. I have David Bailey. And then I have Arvell Reese going to the Cardinals at 3. And then because I have the Giants taking a wide receiver at 5, I have under. So I only have 2. I have Bailey and Reese being the only defensive players going in the top 5. So even if the Rams do trade up to 3, that kind of puts a little bit of a wild card into what the Titans do at 4. So maybe they end up taking a defensive player there because Jeremiyah Love is gone. Maybe they end up taking a wide receiver too, and then the Giants could just take the next wide receiver. So maybe I'm still right, but I'm still going to go under and just say 2.
I'm going to go over because I have 3 players in the top 5 picks who are all defensive. Arvell Reese, David Bailey, and I have Caleb Downs going 5 to the Giants. Because here's the way that I view it for the Giants. Sitting there at 5 and 10, I think the Giants are in a position where they can address needs, but they also are like the one team where if they escape this draft in the first 10 picks by picking best available player, they may get 2 great players. Caleb Downs has been told to us that he's the best player, best talent in this draft.
Yeah.
Many people have said that. Now, again, to the conversation of running back being selected high, how do you value someone who's a safety who may not be an opposing force physically? How do you view that guy as a top 5 pick? But everyone says that he's the best talent in this year's draft. I, in my top 10, would have the Giants going with Caleb Downs at 5. And because of the way the board falls with other team needs, I have Francis Mauigoa landing at 10. And if the Giants could add 2 players like that to the team, I think that would be a big win tonight for the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants.
See, I still have them getting Caleb Downs, but I have them getting him at 10.
Yeah, flipping it. Who do you have at 5?
Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, so they could go wide receiver, safety. Sure.
Yeah.
But I think offensive line might be a bigger need, so I didn't go, and I also kind of project out a run of wide receivers towards the end of the top 10. So I could see both, but I think the Giants are going to have a good night tonight.
Yeah, I have 2 wide receivers going in the top. So yeah.
All right, so we're going to skip. Our next question was about receivers. So let's go to our next one, guys. Over to the NBA. Over or under 112.5 points allowed by the Nuggets tonight. They've allowed 112 points per game in this series. I specifically made it about defense. Following the Jaden McDaniels comments, do the Nuggets respond with pride on the defensive end of the floor, Bleck?
Yeah, and shout out to Jaden McDaniels, Bleck and Abdalla guy. That's what we're looking for. You want to call out the other team, now show up, but I think that's what the Timberwolves are all about. And so I loved it. Raj, question back to you. I'll answer the over-under here in a second. Question back to you. We are in a location behind the scenes for the NFL draft. We have 1 television monitor here in our booth, essentially. And it's got ESPN up right now because it's counting down to the NFL draft. Are you going to flip that to the Nuggets game tonight while we're sitting here?
Absolutely.
I love that.
Without question.
As we're following along with the NFL draft.
Without question.
All right. My answer is I'm going to go over. I think McDaniels is right. I think the Timberwolves are right. Raj, I'm sorry. I think your Nuggets are trash on defense, and I think the Timberwolves are going to put up points. And just because they call them out, I don't think you're going to see a better defensive effort from the Nuggets. Now, offensively, they might have more firepower, and that's how they're going to have to win. But I'm going to go over on this one.
I am trying to see what the team line is on DraftKings right now for each team, which is why I am talking slowly. I'm going to go over, regardless.
You could have looked that up while I was talking.
I could have. But you know what? I never know when I'm...
Raj gets to see behind the scenes on how Abdalla processes.
Learning a lot.
Right? Like, as he slowly Googles the over-under. He's on DraftKings now. What are you looking for?
Well, you know what never occurs to me is, like, I'm always like, can I gamble in a different state? And then I was like, well, I can always just look at it in a different state. But that always...
What do you mean?
That always takes a few...
Can you not gamble here?
No, I don't know until I get here. Yeah, apparently you can.
Okay. So
apparently you can. I'm still gonna go over.
Okay.
I'm still gonna go over.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Minnesota found something. They're still the underdog in the game though. They're still plus 2.5. So I'm gonna go over.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over.
You too. All right. Over or under, Abdalla?
Come on, Raj. You don't get to hang out with us in person very often. Let's go.
Over under 25.5 points for CJ McCollum tonight. Can he continue to follow this Chris Bleck game plan of exposing Brunson? Over under.
CJ McCollum. Yeah, I'm gonna go over. I think he will. What is Brunson all of a sudden gonna learn how to play defense? Like, as a team, the Nuggets could lock down and play defense. They could. But is one player going to figure out in a game how to play defense? I don't think so. I'm going to go over. His total is 20.5 on DraftKings. So you could just pick the 20.5. Yeah,
I went a little higher.
Yeah, you did go a little higher. I'm going to go over, though. I think he will go over.
So I'm going to go under. The reason I'm going under is not because better defense from Jalen Brunson. I think the Knicks will overcompensate to try and stop CJ McCollum, and you'll see better games from other wing players from the Hawks. I like the Hawks tonight. I think that they'll win the game, but I don't think that they'll have to rely on CJ McCollum to do all of the scoring by himself. So I'm going to go under, but I still think that he has an impactful game and a good game in Game 3 against the Knicks.
All right, and finally, guys, there are 17 possible players that we could talk to tonight if they're selected in the first round of the draft. I asked Bleck, over or under 15.5 of those players making their way to where I'm sitting tonight to talk to you guys.
Yeah, so like you said, 17 are here at the draft live. They are all scheduled theoretically to join us, but things happen, right? Sometimes the night goes the way it goes. I'm going to say I think we're going to be busy. I'm going to go over. I think we're locked in. I think we get to 16, and the reasoning behind not talking to one is because I think one will not be a first-round pick.
I was going to say under until I found out that Mike Vrabel was having a glorious pecking.
Do I need to bring up the value chart?
In New York.
Bring it up.
In 2020.
Let everyone know what you guys were looking at during the commercial break.
Now, if they trade out of 31, Mike Vrabel does not have to meet the media tonight and will not meet the media until the end of May when the Patriots come in for OTAs.
Okay, so the draft value chart that Abdalla values so much has that 31st pick at 600 points.
Yeah.
A team that's been linked to Ty Simpson, the Arizona Cardinals, they're at 34. It's 560. Only a 40-point difference. I looked up their fourth-round pick. It's 34 points. They're like right there. They can just give up a fourth-round pick, move up. Mike Vrabel doesn't have to meet with the media tonight. The Cardinals get Ty Simpson with the fifth-round option, and we hit the over on how many players we interview all at the same time.
I'm gonna say over. I think we get at least 16, if not all 17 interviews.
Yeah, so for this is what we were told heading into the draft. Here are the players that are expected to be here. David Bailey is here. Ruben Bain Jr. is here. Mansour Delane is here. Caleb Downs. Keldrick Falk. Colton Hood. Mekhi Lemon. Jeremiyah Love. Francis Mauinoa. Caden McDonald. Caden Proctor. Arvell Reese. Ty Simpson. Sonny Styles. Carnell Tate. And Jordan Tyson. And then the safety from Oregon was added late.
Dylan Thieneman.
He was added late, so there are 17 players that will be here for the draft. And I think Thieneman will go like a lot earlier.
He shot up too
because
he wasn't projected 3 weeks ago. He wasn't projected, and then he started to shoot up the draft board, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come to the draft, buddy?"
Well,
and he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I think that's the thing is, Thieneman. I think because the NFL does this intentionally, right? They want the players who are selected in the first round to be here.
Yeah.
And so when they saw that teams in the intel was suggesting that he's going to go in the teens, they wanted him to be here. So that's what we have for tonight, and we can't wait. It should be a great time.
And that does it for Over-Unders today, fellas.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. You enjoy hanging out with us in person. Come on now. Don't just say you two to us. You love it.
That was a U2 moment, though. I mean, that was a U2 moment.
Oh, you too.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. It's Bleck and Abdalla live from the draft. We are backstage getting ready for the first round here at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up next, let's talk about the NBA. Last night was a good night in the league. We have a couple things to get into, most notably Devin Booker going after the officials. We'll do that next.
Westwood One! The NFL Draft is upon us. We'll have live picks from the podium, instant reaction, exclusive player interviews. Bet MGM tonight with Pat Boyle and Brad Evans. Coverage starting at 6 Eastern tonight from your official home of the NFL, Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
From the NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, Westwood One presents Bleck and Abdalla.
That's right. We're live here for the NFL Draft tonight. The first round starts up at 8 Eastern. We'll have coverage all day long right here on Westwood One Sports. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla. We're backstage at Acrisure Stadium getting set for the first round of the NFL Draft. Last night, when Abdalla and I arrived in Pittsburgh, we went to get some food. We were trying to find a place near the Penn Stadium, and it was a big night for people here in Pittsburgh to watch them. Now, I know the Penn's lost. They're down 3-0 to the Flyers.
Not great.
A lot of sad people in the bar as the game was ending. A lot of sad faces. A lot of gear, a lot of Penguins gear. But as we're watching, we're also keeping our eyes on the NBA action. The Pistons in the third quarter against the Magic. They outscore the Magic 38-16, and that was just a blowout. So now that's an even series, Magic and Pistons, one game apiece. The late game, Thunder and Suns, this wasn't really that close ever. The Thunder really controlled the game throughout, and there were moments in the fourth quarter where it was like the Suns were creeping back in, but it was never under 10, and the Thunder win 120-107. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander flopping his way to 37 points and 9 assists. It's unwatchable, guys. It really is. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his inability to stay on his feet while playing a basketball game is maybe the most annoying thing to see in sports right now. And what's such a sharp turn to the way the best thing in sports used to be Stephen Curry playing for the Golden State Warriors, and when the avalanche of the Warriors hitting three-pointers and then their defense would lead to more three-pointers, that was like you could not look away at how great that was. And the Thunder, by their record and what they're accomplishing on the court, is theoretically that good. Except when you got a guy flailing about on the floor, it's unwatchable. It makes them so unlikable. It really does.
Yeah, and that's why I've continued to say this about the Thunder. They're the villains. They are the villains of the NBA, and now you're starting to see it. They're the villains with the players in the NBA as well, because this is now the Suns are now among the teams that you can see that are now openly complaining about it. I believe it was Cade Cunningham that was complaining about it earlier in the year.
Yes,
he was saying we don't play like this. This is not basketball.
What were they calling it? He gets ethical buckets.
Yes.
Is that what we were saying?
Yeah.
Because Cade Cunningham doesn't flop around.
Yeah. He plays ethical basketball.
And you know, it has been said for some of these players that, you know, sure, they're being rewarded for it. You know, the Thunder are. So, like, maybe that's the way you should do it. And it just feels cheap, the way that they kind of play sometimes.
Yeah, but the way that until the Pistons scored, like 27 points in 6 minutes or something like that to start the third quarter, it was somewhat of an ugly watch, but that was tough basketball. And then to go from that game to the next game where everybody's flopping and falling all over the place. And it's not just Alexander. It's not just SGA. It's the whole team. The whole team plays basketball like that. And it's just so annoying, and it's frustrating to watch. And I understand why people don't like it. And I understand that when They're the defending champions. They're on national TV a lot. And when people complain about the NBA, they're watching national games. They're watching that team on national TV a lot. And when they complain about the NBA, that's what they're seeing. That's what they're complaining about.
All right, so Devin Booker last night, he received a technical foul with 2:05 left in the third quarter. He was not happy with the officials. Take a listen to Devin Booker last night.
That's one ref. In my 11 years, I haven't called a ref out by name, but James was terrible tonight, through and through. It's bad for the sport, bad for the integrity of the sport. You know, people are going to start viewing this as a WWE, you know, if they're not held responsible. You know I haven't won a championship in this league, but I have been in it for 11 years now. So to get to this point, to be treated like that, for me to even be saying something out loud, it's bad.
So that was Devin Booker last night calling out the officials, and that's a situation where Raj is here, a big WWE fan. Boom,
Shots fired.
How about that?
Shots fired. Scripted.
Scripting off the top rope.
Taking bumps, if you will.
What do you think of that?
I think Shea would be a phenomenal WWE superstar. The way he flails and
Can he
flops
sell?
all over the ring.
Can
I
he
think
sell?
He sells with the best of them.
Shea
Can
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Can Chet Holmgren sell?
It'll be
Chet's got some work.
what do you got? WrestleFest. What's next? What's on the docket?
Backlash is our next PLE.
PLE.
Premium Live event.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Oh, my God.
Come on, Raj. How about this for the next
Premium Live event? He said it just so casual. He said it so casual. You're just going to let that go?
So much.
He said it so casually. Premium Live event.
Well, I think that he hates us. I think here's the key. For the next, Premium Live event?
Yeah.
WrestleFest? Is that what?
I thought it was SummerSlam.
Backlash. Well, yeah. What happened to SummerSlam?
It's not till later in the summer.
Mega Memorial Day something? Do you got something there? Okay, here's what we do. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay.
Pat McAfee. Boom.
See, don't
they
say
can
this.
flop all over it.
They'll do it.
They will.
No, I know. That's why I'm
do
suggesting it.
And
Stephen A's the ref.
When I'm saying we, the wrestling fan, hate it. We bullied Pat McAfee out. We bullied Jelly Roll out. We'll bully Shea out too.
We'll continue previewing the NFL Draft live from Pittsburgh here on Westwood One Sports next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Live from the NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, Westwood One presents Bleck and Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, SiriusXM Channel 375, all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla until 3 Eastern, and then we'll hand it off to Jim Rome right here on Westwood One Sports. We are live in Pittsburgh for the NFL Draft. Acrisure Stadium. We're backstage for the first round tonight. We are hours away. We are under 6 hours until the start of the NFL Draft. We know who number 1 will be. It'll be for Fernando Mendoza to the Las Vegas Raiders. And then the conversation begins, Abdalla, at number 2. What will the Jets do tonight at number 2? It's really the talk around the draft is it feels like the Jets will stay at 2. Mm-hmm. Which defensive player will they take? I know there's some other stories we're keeping our eyes on around the NFL at this moment as well. But really, when it comes to the draft specifically, it's what will the Jets do at 2? And will Ty Simpson be a first-night selection in round 1? Will someone take Ty Simpson tonight? Those are the 2 big storylines that I'm hearing people talk about here at the NFL Draft today.
Yeah, all the intel, all the mock drafts that have come, everybody's final mock draft. Final. We got some finals last week, and then they were like, one more.
Here's an extra one.
Here's an extra just for you. The finals have all basically said that it is going to be David Bailey. It is going to be David Bailey to the Jets at 2, and it would be a surprise if it's not David Bailey to the Jets at 2 at this point. Number 3 is essentially where the draft starts now. Every intel from every analyst has all said that. So at number 3 now is where you have some intrigue. Are the Cardinals going to stay there? Are they going to take Jeremiyah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame? Are they going to take Arvell Reese, the edge rusher out of Ohio State? Are they going to trade the pick? There's some now smoke from multiple NFL analysts. Albert Breer from SI.com writing today and adding to that conversation that the Rams are interested in trading up because they, for lack of a better word, love Jeremiyah Love and have done a lot of homework on Jeremiyah Love and are interested in moving up from 13 to number 3 and what that would cost for them to move up and get that player. So, and some other teams that are interested in moving up. The Chiefs are a team that are interested in talking about moving up to number 3 to take Jeremiyah Love. So, what do the Cardinals do at number 3? Do they keep the pick, draft the player, draft one of multiple players, and so on and so forth? The Titans, after that, what do they do if Love is available? Could they be a team that's interested in trading with one of those teams, or do they stay there and draft Jeremiyah Love or Arvell Reese or a wide receiver that's there? And then, obviously, the Giants have 2 picks in the top 10 after trading away Dexter Lawrence last weekend, and so they could take either a wide receiver there or a defensive player, and then at 10 take the opposite of that, whichever they take at 5 there. So there's a lot of intrigue, like you said. And then the other news, like you mentioned, Ty Simpson. What is he going to be tonight? Is he going to be a first-round draft pick, or is he going to be a day 2 pick? The intel that we're hearing, Jeremy Fowler from ESPN saying that it seems like the news is that teams are finding out that, not that they're not interested, but it seems like the Cardinals are the most interested team, as they have been all pre-draft process, and that the belief is they can just sit there and wait until tomorrow and get him at 34 if they want to. But the teams that are involved now are Miami, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and the Jets. And if they want Ty Simpson, they might have to move ahead of the Cardinals at 34 to get him. So do they do that? Do they just say, hey, we'll find a quarterback somewhere else? Or does Ty Simpson have to wait until tomorrow, where the Cardinals will pick him at 34?
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Yeah, you're right. I think the Cardinals, in their decision on what to do, I agree with that assessment. I think they can wait till tomorrow to get Ty Simpson. But we know how this works in the NFL. When there's quarterbacks, people start to get desperate, and they get itchy under the collar, and they say, oh, we have to jump up. We have to get our guy. And who knows, maybe there's a team that's really not in the quarterback market for this year or next year, maybe a couple years down the road. And maybe that's a surprise. Maybe that's the surprise tonight, is a team making a move to kind of get Ty Simpson into their system and to have him wait a couple years before he has to start. I'm against that. I think if you draft a quarterback in the first round, that guy needs to be your face of the franchise from day one. Mm-hmm. He needs to get all the reps in training camp. He needs to be the first-string quarterback in practice. He needs to be the guy, and you need to pour every resource of the organization into that player. I don't think it works out, and I know that people are going to say, but Patrick Mahomes sat his first year, or this one other situation worked out. Tom Brady. I mean, right? Like, Brady from day one wasn't named the starter, and he turned out to be the greatest quarterback in NFL history. So I just don't think that I think those are outliers. I think the best way to handle it is get that player to be the number one guy as soon as possible so you can figure out if he can actually play. And so as we look with that in Ty Simpson, and we'll see if that kind of settles tonight. And it should be an interesting first round as well, because Jeremiyah Love is another name that we've seen a lot point to 4th overall as the selection for Jeremiyah Love. But then when you start to take into account team needs and where they value positional rankings, I could see Jeremiyah Love falling to an extent, maybe to Kansas City's spot or the Saints spot. And I know Kansas City just signed a running back here in this offseason, Kenneth Walker II. But if you're looking at teams that could take the back, maybe it's New Orleans at 8. Maybe the Chiefs move back out of 9 for someone else that wants to jump up for Jeremiyah Love. I think Ty Simpson and Jeremiyah Love are clearly the two most polarizing players when it comes to movement in the top 10 and movement in the first round.
I don't think there's any chance that Jeremiyah Love gets past 5. I don't think there's any chance he does.
For the Giants?
I just don't think he gets out of that spot. I think that teams
but if
I think
you're the
teams
Giants,
would be fighting to get to the phone to call the Giants to trade up.
Yeah, because the Giants, if the Giants took him, that to me would be such a waste. If you're the Giants heading into tonight and you go running back, I mean, come on now.
They've been rumored to want him. If he's there at 5, I think they take him. I think they could also take they're primed to take a wide receiver or Caleb Downs or an edge rusher. There's a few mocks that have them taking Arvell Reese if he falls that far. I think that there are a few teams. If he falls to the Titans at 4, I think he's a Titan. I think if Jeremiyah Love falls to the Giants at 5, I think he's a Giant. I don't think he gets past 5. I just don't. We've been hearing all of these teams that have tied to him, and now when you hear it this close to the draft, and I know that we talked to Mike Mayock a few years ago, who was in a room as a former GM talking about this, and don't believe anything that you hear. But when you hear about teams that are talking about moving up this close to the draft, and that the Rams are interested in moving up, that means that caliber of a player is that good. I don't see him getting past the number 5 spot. A team could trade up for him at 5. I just don't see him getting past the number 5 slot.
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, broadcasting live from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for the first round of the draft tonight, and then the second round tomorrow night. We'll have the show live here from this same location tomorrow from noon to 3 Eastern, right here on Westwood One Sports. So here's the setup. Abdalla and I and Raj is sitting with us as well. He's producing the show. He's not in parts unknown in Colorado today. He's hanging out with Bleck and Abdalla here on this set. So the three of us right now, we are broadcasting behind the stage. So if you're watching on TV on either the NFL Network or ESPN tonight, you will see the big stage where Roger Goodell will announce and greet the players in front of the crowd. That stage is in the parking lot, backed up against the stadium. So the stadium right now on the field, they've got like a kids thing where like they've got a festival deal, so you can like have the family inside and you can like play on the field, and there's a stage set up in there as well. You can do like a
punt, pass, and kick type of thing.
Yeah, there's a whole setup in the stadium as well tonight here at Acrisure Stadium. So when you watch the broadcast, we are backstage, behind the stage, set up in this location. And this is where we're broadcasting the show from today and tomorrow. And then tonight, during the first round, we will be here. We will join the shows here on Westwood One Sports tonight. So that will be Bet MGM tonight with Pat and Brad. We'll join them later on this evening. And then Westwood One Sports night with Josh. We'll join all of them tonight live from the draft. And then also, we will talk to 17 players who are here in person in Pittsburgh. So we are expecting, if those 17 players are here and they're selected in the first round, they are scheduled to sit on the set with us at some point tonight. So that's what we have tonight. We will be bringing you behind-the-scenes coverage of the first round of the draft on air on Westwood One Sports. So make sure you listen in throughout the evening with Brad, with Pat, and then later with Josh. But then also, we will be on our social media channels, and make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show, and that's where you can find the player interviews of the 17 individuals who are here in person, and if they are selected in the first round, they will stop by our desk here backstage for the NFL Draft. And so that's the setup that we have here. I will say this morning when I left the hotel to go get some coffee, there are fans everywhere in downtown Pittsburgh. There were fans on our flight from Chicago last night in their gear. And I think that's the thing with the NFL Draft that makes it easy. NFL fans are wearing their gear on the plane. They're wearing their gear in the hotel. They're wearing their gear heading to the draft. So you can spot an NFL fan getting set for the NFL Draft. So I saw Chargers fans early this morning. There's tons of Steelers fans everywhere. We saw a Bears fan earlier today. So there are fans from all different cities and fan bases here converging on Pittsburgh for the NFL Draft tonight.
Yeah, I went out for some breakfast as well, and I was in line
what'd you
for
get?
Coffee. I got a egg and cheese sandwich
Okay.
and some coffee.
Was it good?
It was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good.
All right.
In front of me in line.
Why do you say it like you could sell me on the sandwich?
Did
you not get a sandwich?
No, I did.
Okay.
In line in front of me was a couple from Ireland who came in for the draft. They were Eagles fans, so they got booed by the baristas because they're Eagles fans. Because they don't like each other. And
yes, right.
And so in my elevator today on the way down before we met, there were a bunch of Raiders fans, and I was like, who you guys think you're gonna pick? And they were already they already had beers in hand, and it was 10 o'clock in the morning. They were already drinking. And mind you, for them, it was 8. Their body clock.
Oh, yeah.
8 in the morning for them.
Oh, yeah.
Body clock, 8 in the morning for them. 10 o'clock here, or 7 o'clock actually for them. 10 o'clock here, so 7 a.m. for them. Body clock. They're up. They look tired,
dude.
But they were.
It's a football day.
Getting ready and
Why
getting
not?
after it.
Why not?
And people all over the place. We've seen jerseys, like you said, from all over the place. The line to get in is already nuts. Like you said, there's people already in the fan area. There's people that it's like going to a huge music festival, or like you're going to New Year's Eve in Times Square. You got to run to the front of the
to be in the front
because you
against the rail.
You either want to be on TV, right? Like you want to be in the front row. You want to be right there when Roger Goodell steps to the podium. You want to be right there when your player that your team just drafted walks across the stage and puts on the hat and picks up Roger Goodell, because the offensive and defensive linemen love to pick up Roger Goodell and give him that big hug.
You got to, right?
You have to. And so all of that is happening right now, and those people in the front, they can't leave. You can't leave. You'll lose your spot. Just like if you're at a music festival. You got to sit through all the bands to get your spot for the headliner. So all those people in the front, they got to sit there all day. There's no going to the bathroom. There's no leaving for food. You can't. You got to ride the rail all day.
That's why the adult diapers, I think, are out. I mean,
probably.
If you're the one, or you have a buddy system, right? And hopefully the buddy is a wide set individual. So then when you leave, he can box out some space.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to do the excuse me part. See, my friends up. I don't know, excuse me, because then eventually you get to a certain point.
Sometimes that's what happens.
You get to a certain point where you're 4 or 5 rows from the rail, and people are just like, "Nope, you're not getting through."
You're not coming back.
But my friends over there, you're like, "Nope, sorry,
you're not coming back."
And then that's just you're like, "All right, I guess I'm not getting back to my friend ever again."
My wife and that happened to my wife and I at Lollapalooza 2 years ago, and I went to the bathroom and she fought her way towards the front. Like, she got very close, and there was no hope for me ever getting back up there. And I texted her after I got out of the bathroom, and I went and got something to drink, and I saw what it took to get out.
Yeah.
Because of just the massive humanity. I text her, I go, "I'll see you at home."
Yeah,
I stayed at the concert and I saw the rest of the show, but there was no chance I was ever getting back to the front. There was no chance.
There's just I'll meet you at the whenever.
I'll see you back up there. So yeah, I mean, downtown Pittsburgh, it's cool. I've never been here before. The city is pretty sweet. A lot of bridges, a couple rivers, more than 2,
3
coming together.
3. Yeah.
The stadiums, and I'll say this: another thing that I obviously it's something I was aware of. But it really pops and it looks good in person is the idea that all of the teams have the same colors.
Yeah.
So everything is the same.
Yes.
It's a gold and black, and the bridges are painted that bright yellow and gold, and it's cool. It actually makes sense. Like, I don't know if that works for every city, but it is cool being here and seeing it for the first time. That I get it. It makes sense.
I do like the when it was described to us, like when you coming in from the airport, you go through that long tunnel.
Yep.
And when you emerge from the tunnel,
city.
Yeah, city.
It's cool.
It's awesome.
It's cool.
Great, and you can tell, when we were at the Super Bowl, San Francisco was like, yeah, there's a game here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
there's
city, this is a big deal today.
This is the
the
city,
draft being here
the
is a big
draft
deal.
is in
Yep.
Pittsburgh.
No, you're right. There's signage everywhere.
They're broadcasting as soon as you emerge from the tunnel, there's one of the buildings being shown on the building, the entire building. So a high rise has projected on it each team. So like when we went through the tunnel, when we emerged from the tunnel, it was the Buccaneers. So it had the huge flag on it.
Yeah.
And it was the Bucs flag, and they were just like rolling through the teams, and it said the pick is in. And it was the Bucs pick. And then it obviously didn't show the pick. And then it went to the next team, and then it was the pick is in. So they were just rolling through teams all night, and it was like obviously it was an office building, so nobody was in it because it was at night. And so that's what they're going to do tonight. And you can tell being in this city that the NFL draft is happening here, and it's awesome. It's great.
Yeah, it's clearly, and it seems like walking around today that the people who live here are prideful that it is here.
Yeah.
Like I've been to big events in other cities where it's an annoyance.
Yeah.
Like in our great city of Chicago, when there's big events, and it's just like get out of the way. But like
Specifically Lollapalooza.
yeah, there's things that are. I mean, even the draft in Chicago was like, yeah, it was like, all right, it was here. Like, but here it seems like everyone's embracing it. Did you notice the pilot on our flight last night?
Yes.
Greeting everyone as they left the plane. He was so like he clearly is from here.
Yeah.
You could tell he was so amped that everyone was here for the draft. He was asking every person that was getting off the plane, "Are you here for the draft?"
Well,
Who's your team?
as we took off, he was like, "All right, your flight to Pittsburgh. I wonder why you're all headed there."
Let's do. We're going to the NFL
Because
draft.
everybody was decked out in gear. The guy sitting next to me was already decked out in all of his Steelers gear. Like, you got to pack all your gear because you have to have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You got to have gear for every day.
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Where will Jeremiyah Love be drafted this evening? How high should he be drafted? We'll ask Mike Mayock coming up next.
Westwood One! The NFL draft is upon us. We'll have live picks from the podium, instant reaction, exclusive player interviews. Bet MGM tonight with Pat Boyle and Brad Evans. Coverage starting at 6 Eastern tonight from your official home of the NFL, Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Live from the NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, Westwood One presents Bleck and Abdalla.
That's right. We are backstage at Acrisure Stadium getting set for the NFL Draft. About 5 hours and 30 minutes away for the first round to commence here live in Pittsburgh. And we are set for the NFL Draft, and it should be a great night. I love the NFL Draft. It is something that I know it makes me a huge nerd. And I know that the NFL Draft is like Comic-Con for sports people, as we all get together with our jerseys and we try and figure out. Today's the day where
Did you bring yours?
I didn't bring a jersey, no. I didn't bring any gear. I didn't bring my Charles Peanut Tillman jersey. That's my go-to Bears jersey.
I did not bring my Rashad Salam jersey. What?
Not the same career in a Bears uniform.
He
was a good Buffalo.
I
though.
also did not bring my Muhsin Muhammad jersey.
No, you left both at home?
Left them both at home.
All right. What about Rex Grossman? Did you have one of those?
If you note, there's a theme.
I know your theme, but didn't you have a Curtis?
I did not have a. I don't have a Rex Grossman jersey. Those are the only two jerseys I have. Two Bears jerseys that I have.
Curtis Enos, middle name started with a P.
It
right?
did. Yep. It did.
So it was Curtis
P. Enos.
P. Enos.
Yep.
Fun fact. He also went to Penn State. And
He did.
We're in the state of Pennsylvania.
We are. Shout out.
Get that working,
Shout
right?
out.
Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Yeah, no, I didn't bring a jersey. Maybe I should have. I left them at home in the closet. But there are jerseys out. All you have to do is walk around downtown Pittsburgh, and there are people in jerseys everywhere. They're saying that there's going to be about 100,000 people outside watching the draft this evening.
That's
so it's
lot of people.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
The temps are going to be like near 80. The sun is out.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a great night here in Pittsburgh as we preview the NFL Draft. So Jeremiyah Love is one of the players that's most notable on where he will go in the first round and in the top 10. We all kind of have him in the top 5 picks being selected. And we got a chance on Tuesday to talk to Mike Mayock, and we asked him, how high should Jeremiyah Love go tonight?
From a team perspective, if you think that Jeremiyah Love is in the same ballpark with Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson, then he has to be in your conversation, whichever team you are, in the top 10. That's the definition of a difference maker. He changes the math on offense. He can catch the football coming out of the backfield. He'll make an immediate difference with your football team as long as you can block a little bit, right? I mean, we saw that last year with the Raiders' first-round pick, who went 6th overall. So you've got to have an offense that can protect him a little bit. The fit with Tennessee, I think, makes a lot of sense, pairing him with a young quarterback and helping them grow together. If you think he's elite, man, if he's a difference maker, go get him.
So that was Mike Mayock with Bleck and Abdalla. You can find the full interview on our podcast page, Apple and Spotify. Each and every day we have the podcast of the show up there on Apple and on Spotify. Find Bleck and Abdalla. So I like the way that he said that. He changes the math on offense because he's not just a running back. Mm-hmm. People kind of look at Jeremiyah Love as a dangerous back who can catch out of the backfield. We've heard Jahmyr Gibbs mentioned. We've heard Christian McCaffrey mentioned. Those are players that receive the football out of the backfield, and they're dangerous. They can take it to the house each and every time. So Jeremiyah Love, can he be a difference maker, a change the math type of player for a running back for a team?
Well, the last 2 years he's had almost 60 receptions. He's had over 500 yards receiving. He's had 5 receiving touchdowns. I don't see why not. I mean, when you have a guy who you can use in numerous ways, and let's say he goes to the Titans, that's a weapon for Cam Ward that you've got a guy there. Obviously, one was selected last year, one selected this year. They can grow together, and I think that is a huge addition to that team. Same with the Giants and Jackson Dart. Like, that is a great weapon to have. That's someone who you have to account for, like you said, in multiple ways as a running back. Is he going to catch it? Is he going to, if he's in the backfield, are they going to run a screen? Like, what are they going to do with Jeremiyah Love? He runs great routes too. So, I mean, this is a guy who is a complete difference maker, and that's why throughout this process, for months now, since the college football season ended, we've been hearing that the number 1 prospect in this draft, regardless of Fernando Mendoza going number 1 overall, is Jeremiyah Love. And it doesn't matter that he's a running back. He's still the number 1 prospect in this draft.
Yeah, it's the 2 players. It's Jeremiyah Love and it's Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
And it then goes to the conversation and why I think, the Jets sing at 2 and whether or not they'll go with Arvell Reese or David Bailey. I think that's kind of a fun discussion as well. But I like this Jeremiyah Love, Caleb Downs situation because if you're building out a team, safety and running back are not your first go-to to get. And that's why weeks ago I said it to you. If you take Jeremiyah Love 4 or even 3, which is rumored out there, that maybe a team at 3 or moving up or the Cardinals want him, whatever. If that's the case, he needs to be LaDainian Tomlinson. He needs to be Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
But that's to get the value out of that selection, that's what he has to be.
Okay.
He can't be anything short of that.
But if I give you his
if you're building a team.
If I'm giving you his numbers and extrapolate those out to the NFL,
yeah,
he is.
You're right.
And if your projections,
but then again,
4 years out from now, that's what he is.
But look back to last season with the Raiders. Ashton Genty,
yes,
had the best stats that you could possibly want for a running back entering the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Unstoppable beast of a player. Have you seen his numbers after contact?
Yeah.
He's the greatest college football player we've ever seen in the history of the world.
Yeah, and his offensive line sucked.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so how'd he go this past season for Ashton Genty and the Raiders?
It wasn't great. I
think he's still a good player, but you need to take into account the offensive line as well.
But I also think that in this year, and I have come to terms with this, that in a year where you don't have
where you don't have top quarterbacks.
In a year.
It's a challenge for top 5 picks.
In a city.
In a city like Pittsburgh.
You don't have
black and yellow.
Like you're debating between two guys at edge rusher. One who can come in day one and be a difference maker. One who needs a little bit more seasoning, and Arvell Reese, who can be ready maybe in a year, who just needs a little bit more experience, but then you've got a complete difference maker in Jeremiyah Love, who can come in and completely change the way your offense is run day one. And when you also have a year where it's not the best offensive line class, like we're not seeing that top offensive lineman going number 2 or number 3. We also don't have a quarterback going number 2 or number 3. Next year's draft is being talked about as one of the best overall talent drafts in like a decade, as far as every position goes.
Yeah, that's true.
Not just quarterback, every position. So in this draft, this specific draft in 2026, when the best prospect is a running back and you don't need a quarterback because you think you have your guy in Jackson Dart and Cam Ward, and the offensive line talent isn't as great, and the best defensive lineman, the best edge rusher is going to be gone. David Bailey's going to be gone. So you don't have that option. You might as well go with Jeremiyah Love if he's going to change the game that much. And maybe because your running back doesn't believe in concussions.
That's a shot at Cam Scatabo. Don't do that. That's a good American there. Don't go after Cam Scatabo like that.
I'm just stating facts, man. I'm just stating facts.
On Monday, we had a chance to talk with Charles Davis from the NFL Network, and CD told us the best fits for Jeremiyah Love at the top of the draft.
I love it. 4, Cam Ward, your young quarterback. Love your tailback. Gives your team an identity. Makes things easier for your QB if your offensive line gives them a little bit of space to run the football, and you move from there. I would be in discussion if I'm the Arizona Cardinals of taking him at 3. I'd be in heavy discussion. That is a franchise and a fan base that needs a jolt of excitement and energy, not to mention a great player. And I would ponder very hard if I couldn't trade out or do the things we expect them to try and do. I would ponder of taking Jeremiyah Love at 3. I think it'd be great for the Cardinals, great for the fan base, and we'll see where it goes from there.
There's Charles Davis. You can find the full interview on the Bleck and Abdalla show on Apple and on Spotify. Check it out as we get set for the NFL Draft. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. Raj, you said that you found something about collectibles from the 2000s?
Yes, from the 2000s, a decade that I think is close to all of us.
Yes.
We're elder millennials.
Yeah, we lived through it.
We
saw it.
I was there.
All right, here we go, guys. These are 10 somewhat unexpectedly valuable items you may have in your closet from the 2000s. All right, we're going to start off with tour merch. T-shirts, jackets, other things from bands and artists from the 2000s. We got any of those sitting around in Abdalla?
What about an old Metallica T-shirt with there's a big snake on it is what I had.
I have so many concert shirts.
So what? Like concert shirts are worth a lot
They're
now?
a value. Yeah, if you go on eBay or whatever, people want them.
I should have kept more, but I didn't, and I'm kicking myself for it.
Along the same lines, because you guys have teased me for all the sports merch I've had through the years.
Oh,
you
yes.
go on Fanatics now, and people are selling stuff like old Reebok jerseys, and I'm like, man, I think I gave stuff like this to Goodwill, and now it's like worth a lot.
Raj, I'll say this. The one thing that I always remind myself, so in the last 10 years, we moved 7 times in like an 8-year span. We wanted to try out every neighborhood in the city of Chicago. And if you've ever been to Chicago, there's a lot of neighborhoods. It's a big city made up of little neighborhoods. With that said, I've thrown out a lot of things over the years because every time you move,
you get rid of stuff.
If you get rid of stuff, you move less the next time. See how that works? And I've reminded myself to not throw away sports gear because it always comes back. And even if your team sucks, and sucks for years, like the Chicago White Sox. Yeah, that's my favorite team. They're terrible. Can't stand them. One day, maybe they'll be good, and having that hat or T-shirt might come back into play.
That Muhsin Muhammad jersey.
I try not to throw away any sports gear because teams, and then even if logos change, the retro logos eventually come back into play, and it's cooler to have. So like I try not to throw away. Like I've got a bag in the closet that has a bunch of from the 90s. Remember when it was really cool to wear different college basketball team shorts? Like UConn and Gonzaga and Michigan.
Yeah.
And, like I've got a bag of basketball shorts that I've just never thrown away. I don't wear them, but at some point maybe I will.
I still have all my old 05 White Sox gear.
Yeah. So I try not to throw away the sports gear.
All right, guys. Next up, 2 and 3, we're going to combine iPhones and iPods. Older iPhones, older iPods actually are having some value.
Those are
these
paperweights,
days.
man.
Could you use them?
People are trying to buy them, yeah.
Like an
People
iPod
wanna buy 'em.
Nano?
Those are paperweights.
Remember the little piece of gum?
Little square.
I had one of those.
People want
those
them.
are paperweights, man.
Video game consoles from the 2000s. Like if you have a Nintendo 64 or a Sega Dreamcast.
I can go even older. I have 2 working Sega Genesis.
Really?
Two working Sega Genesis.
You playing some Sonic?
Play Sonic, Toe Jam and Earl, Earthworm Jim, some NBA Jam Turbo Edition.
Is that the one that you could put into the what was the game that you put into the game? The Game Genie or what was it called?
There was a Game Genie, but that was all
cheats.
Right.
I didn't cheat. I had a Sonic and Knuckles game that you could flip up and you could put games into the Sonic and Knuckles game.
And I get it. I'm not smart, but like it boggles my mind how you could take a cartridge
and put it into another cartridge,
and then like you get game. Like I don't understand.
Well, you
how
could
that
play
works.
as another character in the game.
Right. I don't get it.
No, I don't get it either.
All right, also a value from that time, first editions of the Harry Potter books. You got any of those, Abdalla, sitting around your house?
I don't.
All right.
No. Wrong crowd here.
I don't read.
Wrong crowd.
Next up,
we're not playing
on the
Quidditch.
list.
Isn't that something that isn't where they ride the pole?
Yeah, the
easy,
brooms.
bro.
The broom.
The brooms.
Poles.
Jesus.
What? I thought he was just riding around with a.
Leave Hermione out of this.
Easy.
I'm sorry, Laura.
Easy.
Tamagotchi? Gucci?
Tamagotchi.
Digital pets.
Tamagotchi, dude. Between you two, what am I sitting in between? We are not going to be allowed back tonight.
Tamagotchis. I had
they're
one.
a value.
Yeah.
They're a value.
Are they?
Okay.
Okay.
Physical media is booming. DVDs.
Yes.
I still have some DVDs. Yeah.
VHS tapes.
I don't have any VHSs.
Cassette tapes.
I know cassettes have been back for a while. Cassettes have been back for a while.
Coming back from the 2000s into today.
Yeah.
So, Bleck, go find that old mixed tape CD that you burned and
go find that
wrote all the songs on it.
2000 summer jams, man. You throw that into the old Toyota Camry and we rock.
God.
In the summer.
Cars don't even have CD players anymore.
We'll find a
from
way.
The 2000s. Now considered collectible.
My car back in the day didn't have a CD player either. I had the cassette tape that had the cord.
You remember the ones,
the
cars that had like the 6 CD changer in the back?
Yes.
And you'd have to I got 6 in here, and those are the ones I'm riding with. That's it. Can't change them.
Yeah, why not? It was great. Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, live from Acrisure Stadium. Inside the draft, we are backstage getting set for the first round, and we will try and predict the top 10 picks of tonight's draft coming up next.
Your team has a chance to change its trajectory overnight.
There's always a couple teams that no one expected that goes worst to first.
The NFL Draft is tonight. The teams you care about and the prospects they could pick. We have the latest news you need to know from your home of the NFL, Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Live from the NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, Westwood One presents Bleck and Abdalla.
That's right. Check out the podcast on Apple and Spotify, and also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show. Thank you to Raj Sharon sitting with us here in person, not in parts unknown in Colorado. Laura Jimenez is in California running the board of Bleck and Abdalla each and every day. So thank you to Raj and Laura for producing the show each and every day right here on Westwood One Sports. Jim Rome is coming up in 14 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. Later on this evening, BetMGM tonight. You can listen to the guys, Pat and Brad. They'll carry you through the live draft reaction this evening here on Westwood One Sports. Abdalla and I will join the show as well. And then later this evening, Westwood One Sports Night, Josh Graham will take over, and he will be covering the NFL Draft as well tonight. And Abdalla and I will be featured on Josh's show as well. So we've got you covered live from the NFL Draft here, round 1. And then as things go for the rest of the day for us, we'll be off the air here in the next 13, 14 minutes, handed off to Jim Rome. And then we will be back for the first round. So we are broadcasting live backstage of the NFL Draft, Acrisure Stadium. So when you watch on TV, the stage is facing out from the stadium into the parking lot, and all the people are going to be in the parking lot watching the stage where Goodell will announce the picks. The players will walk on the stage, and then after they talk to Goodell and they talk to the TV, they're going to come through where we're at, and we will talk to the 17 players if they are selected in the first round tonight. And you can find those interviews on our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show on YouTube, and also you can hear those interviews on BetMGM tonight with Pat and Brad, and also Westwood One Sports Night with Josh later on this evening. So we're looking forward to it. Should be a great evening. Follow our socials as well, Bleck and Abdalla, and we will get you covered behind the scenes. Draft night, round 1, and we can't wait.
I can't wait to feel very small for about 4 hours later tonight.
Yeah, some big humans will be sitting next to us.
Big dudes.
Yes.
Especially Caden Proctor.
Yes, Caden Proctor's a big.
Call him a big beefy boy.
He's a big boy.
No, I'm not going to call him a big beefy boy to his face, but
yes.
he's a large human.
And we will be broadcasting live here from this same location tomorrow from noon to 3 Eastern, right here on Westwood One Sports. So let's do this. Let's pick the top 10 picks tonight. Let's play Beat the Raj.
Beat the Raj.
All right, guys, this is the way we're going to do this. So we're each going to pick the team and the player 1 through 10. We will have a point system. For every team you get correct and for every player you get correct, you get 1 point. So a possible value of 20 points if you get all 10 correct with the team and the player, 1 through 10. Let's roll through them. Do you guys just want my 10 for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our free square is Mendoza to the Raiders.
Yeah, we're all going to lock
square.
in 2
That's
points for
free
everyone.
Square.
Raiders, Mendoza at 1. I have then the Jets going with David Bailey at number 2. At 3, I have the Cardinals selecting Arvell Reese. At 4, I have the Titans taking Jeremiyah Love. At 5, I have the Giants selecting Caleb Downs. At 6, I have a trade. Cowboys select Sonny Styles. At 7, I have the Commanders taking Jordan Tyson. At 8, the Saints, Carnell Tate. At 9, the Chiefs, Mekhi Lemon. And at 10, I have the Giants selecting Francis Maui Noah.
Okay. All right. So you and I have some overlap. So number 1, Mendoza to the Raiders.
Yep.
Number 2, I also have the Jets taking David Bailey out of Texas Tech. I have the Cardinals as well taking Arvell Reese out of Ohio State. I also have the Titans taking Jeremiyah Love out of Notre Dame. This is where we start to differ. I have the Giants taking Jordan Tyson out of Arizona. I have the Browns then taking Spencer Fano out of Utah. I have the Commanders taking Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. And a back-to-back Ohio Stateman. The Saints are taking Carnell Tate, the wide receiver. The Chiefs get some defense, Reuben Bain Jr. out of Miami. And then the Giants get another Ohio Stateman. They get Caleb Downs out of Ohio State.
Okay, so those are Abdalla's picks. Raj is with us here in Pittsburgh. Raj, we're going to try and beat your picks.
Yeah.
What do you have? What's your top 10?
We're very trade heavy in our top 10 here. I have the same top 2 as you guys. I have Mendoza to the Raiders. I have Bailey to the Jets. But at number 3 in the shocker of the draft, I have the Rams moving all the way up to number 3. They give up number 13, number 61, and their first-round pick next year to move up to number 3. It all works on the chart. You got to look at the chart, Abdalla. It's all about the chart.
It's all about the chart.
All about the chart. Okay, I fact-checked this earlier with the chart. All right, number 3, the Rams move all the way up to take Jeremiyah Love. Pair him up with Stafford, make a big Super Bowl run. All right, number 4, we got another trade. Saints move up. All right, the Saints move up to number 4 for number 8, number 73, and number 132. Saints go to number 4 to take Arvell Reese. All right, number 5, we got the Giants Jordan Tyson goes into the top 5. Number 6, another trade. Jarrett makes his big move. The Cowboys go up to number 6 to take Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. I know you're going to be monitoring this, Bleck, so the Cowboys give up number 12, number 92, and number 112 to get up to number 6. All right. Washington at number 7 takes Carnell Tate, give another weapon to Jaden Daniels. Number 8, the Titans, because they traded down, they get Caleb Downs, great value. At number 8, Chiefs stay put at number 9, take Reuben Bain Jr. And at number 10, the Giants take Abdalla's big beefy boy, Caden Proctor.
Okay.
I want him to get extra points if he nails the compensation.
You gotta follow the chart, guys.
Yeah, like if he nails the compensation, then the Raj has beaten us.
If Raj, pardon the expression, whips out the compensation.
If he whips out his picks.
I said compensation. You're the one that got dangerously close there.
Yeah, I know what I said.
I'm just saying.
I know what I said.
If you did do that, I mean, yeah, that's why we say.
Then you've done it.
Yeah,
then we bow down to the Raj.
That's why we say we cannot compete with the Raj. That is for sure the case.
If you nail the compensation picks, that's awesome.
It's the chart, it's math, and Papa said always do my math studies. It will win tonight.
Always do my math studies. Yeah. So I've got a run of wide receivers at 7, 8, and 9. I think Tyson, Tate, and Lemon come off the board back to back to back.
I've got 4 Ohio State
so
players.
So do I. I have 4 Ohio
10.
State players, yeah, in the top 10.
Which will be cool. I mean, you and I, we're going to talk to all these guys. So it'll be cool to talk to the 4 Ohio State guys about, that class and what it's like to have 4 guys from that class go in this draft class and hanging out together again. That's cool for them.
And it reminds me of like past years when like Miami, the U, had that second go around, and you had all of those players on that national championship team from the U, and especially that running back room, that like 5 of those players
Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, all in the same
Jared
roster.
Payton was like the 4th running back in that room.
Team was so stacked.
They were awesome, and then Ken Dorsey was their quarterback.
Exactly.
They were like stud wide. You had stud wide receivers.
Santana Moss, Reggie
Johnson,
Wayne, Andre Johnson, Jeremy Shockey at tight end, Kellen Winslow Jr. at tight end. I mean, just first-round picks all over the field.
It's incredible.
Ryan McKinney was the left tackle.
Incredible team. So, yes, we are excited tonight. We will talk to the players who are here in person when they're selected in the first round. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Bleck and Abdalla Show, and also on our socials. We'll bring you behind the scenes from the NFL Draft. And tonight we are just about 5 hours away from the first round.
Can't wait.
Starting here in Pittsburgh. So we will talk to you tomorrow from noon to 3, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. And we'll have live coverage all night right here on Westwood One Sports. Jim Rome is coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.